Go. What is up, my friends? You are very, very welcome along to tonight's late night agenda. Right on time as well. Look at me, you'd swear I'd be preparing for this all day. There is, I think it's fair to say, quite a bit to go through tonight. What we need to try and figure out is this real or is this more PR guff? Are Liverpool really going to spend £100 million on Caicedo, or are we just paving the way for Chelsea to pay so we can go in and get Lavia? That's the big question, and that's what we hope to get to the bottom of this evening. Before I get straight stuck into tonight's stream, something happened before I went live that I have to acknowledge. JC Galvanil gifted 20 memberships, 20 memberships to the Anfield Agenda community. So thank you, man, for that. That is so kind. I know they'd be much appreciated by the guys and girls in the community. So much love to that. So look, I'm going to ask you before I get stuck into it, how do you feel about this? Because look, I've plenty of time to give you my feelings, but what I truly want to know is, how do you guys out there view this situation? Because I'm skeptical to say the least, but I'm aware that maybe I'm just a negative human being in this regard. So I'm going to read through some of your comments and then we'll get stuck into the substance of tonight's stream. I was going to say watch along. Feels like a watch along. Right, so it's more spinning, I think, said Adzer. It stinks of PR, says Ian White. We can only wish that they are, said Gary D. Can't see it happening, said Mackenzie. Paul Jayward, welcome, mate, to Anfield Agenda FC. Nice to have you in. Hope you're well. Look, if it happens, amazing. Like, I will be the first one on here to put my hands up and go, wow. Liverpool spend 100 million on a midfielder. Now, what we know for a fact is Brighton want this resolved tonight. That's Brighton's choice. So, I don't know if we're at the stage where, you know, if you've been to an auction, we go sealed bids. But if Brighton want this resolved tonight, then God damn it, I'm going to stay on here till this is resolved tonight. So, settle yourselves in. Get yourself a cup of tea, cup of coffee, whatever it might be, because we're going to get stuck into this tonight, because this is either going to end up with FSG winning back a lot of goodwill or looking far, far worse than they did before this happened today. So which one it is, I guess we'll figure that out over the course of the next hour or hour and a half. Lisa, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC, my friend. And just a reminder, anyone that does become a member here of Anfield Agenda FC or Anfield Agenda Ultras, you can now rewatch all of these live streams in the membership section, as well as the custom emojis, as well as membership shoutouts, and of course your name appearing in green for me and other members. If you're an Ultras member, good news, you also get access to our Discord group, and both memberships get lots of the custom emoji, stuff like that. Some wallpapers for the Ultra members as well. So people are saying, right, I want to just calm a few nerves first. So the first part of this that I want to pick apart is something Melissa Reddy said. Albara, thank you for the super chat. Very kind of you. Appreciate you being with us. Thank you so much. So Melissa Reddy said that Caicedo cleared out his locker 5 days ago and is in London. Now, I know what that means to a lot of you guys in the chat. Immediately you're saying to me, Craig, that's it, he's going to Chelsea. But I would remind you that Liverpool also have a London office, and there's a reason we have a London office is because that's where a lot of the deals get done. So the fact that Caicedo's in London, don't view that as a gimme that he's going to Chelsea, because we have a London office. That's where most of the major work is done, in the London office. So don't worry about that. There's still opportunity there. I wouldn't be reading too much into the fact that he's in London, other than that's a good solid base or steady place for him to be. We'll know tonight, by the sounds of it, whether this is PR guff or whether this is absolutely true. Move 10 millimeters to the left. No. I've been lined up by Connor, so if anyone moans about my position today, that's not on me. Right, let's get straight into it then. We've discussed payment structure with Brighton. Melissa Reddy said yes. And look, one of two things will happen here. Either this is true and we all get to celebrate Liverpool signing an absolute superstar player, or it is guff and we end up at Lavia. Now, if it is just spoofery from FSG, it's going to end badly. Now look, I'm skeptical. I find it very difficult to believe that we've gone 40, 44, 46 for Lavia, and then all of a sudden decided to go in 100 million for Caicedo. I don't know, my friends. I don't. But let's wait and see what works out over the next couple of hours. We've got lots to bring you. Now, on Chelsea, bit more breaking news on Chelsea. I don't know if they're putting offers in for every midfielder in Europe, but right now, they're apparently interested in Marco Verratti, and this is coming out of France. Just in, Chelsea are interested in Marco Verratti. The Italian would like to stay in Europe as a priority. So if you add into this that they're interested in Verratti, they've triggered Tyler Adams' release clause. I swear that there was a defensive midfielder for France they triggered a release clause all during the week. They've spent 100 million on Enzo Fernandez. Where are these dudes going to play? So if you are going to Chelsea, it's going to be a tough fight. It's going to be a very tough fight to get in there. So I wonder, look, let's get a poll in. So producer or Connor, whoever's in the background, can we get a poll up simply asking, do we believe that Liverpool are truly trying to sign Caicedo, or is this just pure waffle? Because I think we need to start off from that point tonight to see how everybody's feeling. Because I'm truly on the fence. I don't know. I know where my brain thinks this is, but I'm always willing to give people the benefit of a doubt. But we've been down this road before with Tchouaméni and with Bellingham, but let's wait and see. If this is a 100 million plus bid and it gets done tonight, this will be the best day of my life, said Colin. Someone start playing on the man. Thank you to Carragher. Yeah, look, massive love for Jamie Carragher. But look, it's also very worrying, right? That if that's what it took, some fan channels moaning, Carragher moaning, if that's what made them switch so quickly, it's a little bit worrying as well, right? As well as good, it's worrying. Kristen, welcome to Anfield Agenda Ultras, my friend. Christian Zeminski, thank you so much for your support. Right, let's get this poll on the go. Let me get this poll sorted for you, because we need to figure this out. Right, it's up there now. Straightforward. Do we believe it's a real bid? Yes or no? Joe Bullins. Buying Caicedo solves a number of issues. 1, slaps Southampton. Yes, sir, I'm right on board with that one. 2, slaps Chelsea. Again, I'm still with you, sir. 3, starts to signal a strong window. Yup. Fan base, but more especially Klopp and Cara going in an FSG may be working. Liz said, we need a Connor emoji, please. One thing at a time, Liz. One thing at a time. So look, polls up there. Have your say on it. We're just about to hit 5,000 people in the live chat right now. And I'm reading the right number this time. So firstly, do hit that subscribe button if you are new. This could be a landmark night for Liverpool Football Club. We are looking down the barrel of a potential record transfer fee for our football club. Imagine we got the here we go during the stream. I mean, there's a little chance of nips. That's all I'm saying. If the here we go comes and we get that deal, the nips may be coming out, so prepare yourselves. Utter FSG Shabite? I don't know what Shabite means, Maddie, but look, I'm skeptical, my friend. I'm very skeptical because once bitten, twice shy and all that. But let's see it. Look, it's so split. Oh my days. We've had over 1,300 votes and it's 50-50 right now. 50, you wouldn't make this up. 50% say they believe that this is a real offer. 50% say that it's absolute nonsense. That is how crazy this day is. And all my days supporting this football club, outside of the Super League, I don't remember a day that has just exploded like this one has. It's right now, we're on the precipice of something potentially game-changing for us. Right, I'm getting stuff sent to me all the time. Okay, I can't stand over this, but hear me out. So, it has just been retweeted by the Anfield Talk, who, as you know, are one of the good Twitter accounts. Certainly shout out to the boys at Anfield Talk. Looks like Liverpool have agreed a fee for Caicedo from what I'm hearing. And that comes from a guy called Jimmy McCann. Now, I don't know who Jimmy is, but TalkSport said that Liverpool are in pole position as well at one point. I truly don't know what to believe here. Like, if that is true, wow. If Liverpool have agreed a fee, wow. Remember, we move very, very quickly on Szoboszlai. And I've one more thing I want to add on Dominic Szoboszlai, and it's something that I think I mentioned yesterday. Remember I told you that Manchester City were looking at Dominic Szoboszlai as a potential long-term replacement for Kevin De Bruyne. Regular viewers of the channel will know this because I told them it a few weeks ago. When we signed him, it is now no coincidence to me that Manchester City are trying to sign Paqueta because they can't get Szoboszlai. I know you guys think I'm an idiot, but I do have some very well-sourced people around some of this stuff. And it's no surprise to me to see that. What is a surprise to me is that West Ham have rebuffed, I think, an 80 million plus bid for Paqueta, which is lunacy if you ask me. Nick said, sorry, don't believe it, why not get Bellingham? Exactly. And one point I wanted to raise, Nick, on Bellingham was, and this has been proven by journalists all the world over, Liverpool walked away before Bellingham made his decision. I want to make that really clear because I told you all along that Liverpool were in that mix, but they walked away before Bellingham decided. So, yes, it would be crazy to me that we'd walk away from Bellingham and maybe come in and spend the money on Caicedo. But if you want to be really blunt about it, Caicedo's a better fit. Not just because he's more experienced in the Premier League, because we can fill in a fullback. He can play as a 6, he can play as an 8. Dude is very versatile. So, I mean, it can't be just me who's now thinking of that Bird's Eye Potato Waffle song, right? Bird's Eye Potato Waffles, they're waffly versatile. They go with eggs in, bacon, eggs on, lamb chops, grill them, bake them, fry them, meat them. So he's the Bird's Eye Potato Waffle of midfielders, basically, is where I'm going with this. Right, some comments to get through. So many Super Chats, members and stuff, so apologies if I'm playing catch up here. This one have I done? There's no damn way we're spending 100 million for him, and if we do, what the fuck did we just, well, not buy Bellingham for? This is nothing but a PR stunt by cheap-ass FSG. Let's not be fooled again. It's a very fair comment, mate, and I'm not disagreeing with you. Buying Caicedo solves a number of issues, said Joe. We've done that one. Slaps Southampton, slaps Chelsea. Apparently Jurgen is meeting Caicedo at 9 o'clock. Oh, don't be doing that to me, Maddie. Don't be doing that to me. Why are people trying to call me during the middle of a stream? This can't be going on. I don't know why my team are trying to phone me in the middle of a stream, but we continue. This is how quickly this is moving, by the way. My phone's lighting up like a Christmas tree. Right now, we've got 6,000 people in the live chat. Do hit that subscribe button, my friends. Really important. Our family's growing. Dare I say WFM? And also, yeah, the third kit's been released. You know, that hasn't been covered much, but there you go. Liverpool have today released the third kit. There he is, Lucho Diaz in the third kit. You may have seen that, I think it was a boss night gig. The boys walked on, Szoboszlai, Alisson in the new kit. Let me know your thoughts on that one as well. I feel 100 million is not a problem. 450k wage is a problem. Yes, because, look, I'm going to be blunt when I say this. Caicedo's not worth £100 million. He isn't. If we get him, will I be happy about it? You bet your backside I will. Like I said about Declan Rice, like I said about many other players. You don't really care about the money if you get the right player. Van Dijk, Alisson, perfect examples of this. The maddest window since Nabil Fekir was another super chat that just came in from Aiden. Yes, mate, it was. So let's keep looking at the poll. The poll is now showing after 2,500 votes. Yes, 49% of people think yes, we honestly believe Liverpool are trying to sign Caicedo. 51% of people think no, Liverpool are not trying to sign Caicedo. This is what makes this so difficult. If ever there was an absolute perfect storm for Liverpool fans, it is this. Because Caicedo's been a name on many, many lists. If it happens, do you think Lavia was a ruse? No. So on Lavia, one thing that became pretty apparent today from the English-based journalists was that it wasn't a money issue. I believe it was Paul Joyce who tweeted this earlier on. Liverpool walking away from Lavia at 46 wasn't because they didn't have the money, according to Paul Joyce and some other journalists. It was because they just simply did not see value for a player that is slightly more experienced than Stefan Bajcetic. And to some extent, you've got to understand that. And this, I say that, but if we don't end up with Caicedo, am I right in saying that our owners have an even bigger headache right now? Because if we don't end up with Caicedo, this is going to cause a lot of trouble for FSG. This would make us 1-0 against Chelsea before Sunday, said Brad. If we're willing to spend that kind of money, we should go after Tchouaméni. He's worth his value, and I don't think the other two are. Well, I suppose, Aaron, the one difference between Tchouaméni and Caicedo right now is that we know Caicedo's available. He is up for sale right now. Have we walked away from Lavia now? Truth is, we don't know. Honestly, we don't know right now. As in, when I say we, I mean Anfield Agenda team doesn't know. This is such a moving subject that if I could show you my WhatsApp screen right now, it is insane. So, Sky are now reporting and confirming that Liverpool are willing to break our club transfer record to sign Caicedo, which is going to have to be. Because we can't go in a nickel and dime here. If Liverpool want to get this deal done, it's going to cost the 100 million. And it isn't going to be, you know, over 25 years, £2 a week kind of scenario. Craig, do you think we get Caicedo, yes or no? So, let's just say our team is split. I say no. Connor says that there's a lot of similarities to this with what happened with Dominic Szoboszlai. And he's right. There are a lot of similarities with how quickly this moved. So, initially, I was very, very, very sceptical. But I think I'm getting sucked in. Now, what I don't know, and maybe you guys can help us out on this one, is what's the player thinking? What's Caicedo thinking? Because objectively, if you look at it objectively, they're not in Europe. We're in the Europa League. So, you know, maybe a slight bit in our favour. They'll pay him more wages than we will. Let's be upfront and honest about that. But when it comes down to wanting to play with maybe a former teammate, I'm wondering, is Alexis McAllister going to have anything to weigh in with here? Is Alexis McAllister going to have a word in Caicedo's ear about striking up that formidable midfield partnership that they had at Brighton? If it doesn't happen, how bad is it going to be for FSG? Because Liverpool fans have had a lot of false dawns. A lot of tickling of the nutsack, if you know what I mean. A lot of, oh yeah, we're in for this player, but we came up short. It only gets brownie points if we sign him. If we don't sign him, am I right to say this is actually worse for FSG? Klopp isn't quitting now. Well, look, whatever has happened, we've seen some action. But it isn't worth anything until the player's confirmed. So, to those people saying don't get sucked in, Craig, thank you for looking out for me first and foremost. I mean that sincerely. But let's just see how this continues to move. Now, stay with us. Don't even go for a piss. That's how important this stuff is. Get yourself an empty 2-litre bottle and do your business. But keep your comments coming in. We're going to keep you up to date with this because Brighton want this resolved tonight. Their words. So, this is going to get tasty. What's the news, boss? The news, Fitz, is that Liverpool, according to multiple reports, are willing to break their record to sign a player. The news is also that Brighton want this resolved tonight. We know Caicedo's in London. That doesn't necessarily mean he's in London for Chelsea, because remember, Liverpool have an office in London. So right now, we know Moises Caicedo, cleared out his locker according to very reliable Melissa Reddy 5 days ago. So he knew he was going to be moving. Brighton obviously want this sorted out ASAP because the season gets underway tomorrow. I think Manchester City's game is, right? So let's wait and see what happens. But I'm scared. Can I say that? Is that right? I'm scared. I'm scared right now because I can't get sucked in. I don't want to be hurt again. Right. Again, this coming in from Melissa Reddy. Liverpool are considering sanctioning the highest spend in the history for Moises Caicedo. Again, good vibes, but we need action. We're 2 viewers away from breaking the 7,000 live viewers barrier here on Anfield Agenda, which is quite honestly scary. You know, because I still think of us as... Now we're at 7,138. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, folks, while you're here. We're all scared. Good, Kaiser Soze. If Kaiser Soze's scared, we should all be... It's scared because of what's possible, right? It's scary because of how game-changing this could be. Twitter today has been flooded with FSG out. Well, look, we can escape this fact. So, yes, I'd be happy if we signed Caicedo. But I'm not giving FSG a get out of jail free card. Now, what I'd like to say is, if you would like to join us in our FSG out stance, feel free to take the Anfield Agenda profile picture and use it as your own. It's our version of an FSG out profile picture. Feel free to take that and use it as your own, because I want this to continue. Look, we've come together like we did with the Super League. And that was blown up in a day. Today, we come together as Liverpool fans around the world to criticise our owners. And what's happening? We're doing absolute bits again. We're forcing something to happen. And I don't think it's an accident. I think it's because of our fans coming together again. Now, whether he's signed or not, that's a whole other conversation. I have to turn my phone around because it's lighting up like a Christmas tree. Okay, next question. I'm going to change the poll. Let's end this poll and you'll see how close this is. Right now, that poll is finished. Do we honestly believe Liverpool are trying to sign Caicedo? 50% said no, 49% said yes, and obviously there's a 1% difference. Very interesting. If you were to pick one of the two, who would you like in a red shirt, Lavia or Caicedo? 100% Caicedo. There isn't even a debate. Caicedo is more battle-hardened to the Premier League. He is more versatile than Lavia. He's still a relatively good age. Obviously, there's the relationship with McAllister to take into account. There's the fact that he can play a fullback. There's many, many, many reasons. So let's say Bajcetic comes back in and starts doing bits. Great. Then we can move Caicedo a little bit further forward if that was the case. So I don't think it's even a debate between the two. I was going to ask you guys another poll question. Right, now I'm going to get it up. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm just going to get the poll up. 1 second. Right, new poll up in the chat. Simple question is, would signing Caicedo change your FSG stance? Now, whatever your stance is, be it in or out, would it change your stance? Over to you in the chat. This is why we want to keep you guys involved in our streams as much as possible. Trider said, I worry that if we do get Caicedo, that means no centre-back, but it would be class. I agree that if it's PR, then it will hurt FSG more. We'll get blue-balled. I mean, look, it's a very fair question. If we do get Caicedo, do we then follow up with a centre-back? Because I think, numerically, I think most of us here in this chat will think that we need another 3 signings. So if that's Caicedo, I'm still going to argue we need another midfield signing, albeit I might give them a pass if they break the bank for Caicedo, but still definitely need a centre-back. Because signing Caicedo will only cover a little bit for the deficiencies for Matip and Gomez, in my humble opinion. Jose Ribeiro, thank you, buddy, for joining Anfield Agenda FC. Caicedo makes us title challengers. Do you agree with Thomas? That's a really good question. Do you agree with Thomas? Does signing Caicedo, if indeed it happens, push us back into contention for the title? Fair question. Nicholas66, thank you for the super chat, mate. Let's see how the poll is looking at the minute. So 66% of people so far are saying no, it would not change their opinion of FSG. And I'm so proud of you for that. Truly. Because this shouldn't be a one solution and we forget everything scenario. This needs to be an ongoing assessment of the owners and an ongoing assessment of how seriously this is going to be taken. JC Galvanile gifted another 20 Anfield Agenda memberships. That is 40 memberships tonight JC has gifted. Wow. That's unbelievable, my friend. Again, I'm trying to get through all these super chats and stuff as quickly as I can. If I miss any, I apologise. I'm scrolling back. VI Jokers, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC as well. I'm Caicedo for 100 million. Why didn't we go for Jude? I mean, that's a fair question, and I don't know the answer, because as I said earlier on, and it was reiterated by journalists, we walked away from Bellingham before he made a decision. So your guess is as good as mine. But can I be honest about something? And look, I think Caicedo would be a better fit than Bellingham because of what we need and who we've signed in the meantime. So we needed a front foot midfielder. We needed somebody to get us going forward. But I believe we've gotten that in Szoboszlai. I believe we've gotten help for that in McAllister. We've got Jones. We've got Elliott. So right now, I truly think that the likes of a Caicedo would be a better signing than a Bellingham with what we know has happened since, if that makes sense. Grind said time for the Premiership. If we get this over the line, we're back to the big time. Yes, we're certainly a long way there. Now look, again, do keep hitting that subscribe button, drop a like on the video, but most importantly, keep your comments coming. Us supporters need to set a precedent, said Two Beast. This is unacceptable. It's time to protest where FSG is. Boston matches, other things they own. Enough is enough. Yes, sir. But right now, the focus tonight is obviously on what's going on with Moises Caicedo, because this is moving very quickly and we're trying to keep up to date with it. I've got WhatsApp open. I'm getting notifications left, right and centre that I'm trying to keep up with. Centino, thank you for gifting a membership, mate, as well. You're very kind. You're networking. Welcome to Anfield Agenda Ultras, buddy. Adzer has said FSG tried to ruin the club, furloughed staff in COVID, not backed up Klopp. They need to sell up fast. Right, I'm going to give you a breakdown of the things that they did do. For those who are still wondering maybe why some of us are so anti the owners, I'm going to give you a breakdown of exactly what they've done that have made us this way. So firstly, they dragged Kenny Dalglish over to America to fire him. That's problem number one. Problem number two is that they tried to charge £77 for ticket prices for the top tier tickets, remember? That's absolute nonsense as well. Football without fans is nothing. In 2019, Liverpool failed in their attempt to trademark Liverpool from a footballing perspective, meaning anybody who was using Liverpool to sell t-shirts outside the stadium or anything like that could have potentially been brought to court. They said they weren't going to do that, but of course nobody trusted them, and rightly so. Thankfully that failed. The next thing up was that they were forced to review and climb back down from their Super League position. Now, me personally, this was the one that the straw that broke the camel's back for me. There was no coming back from that. When you went behind the manager, the players, the fans, the supporters, everybody around the world and sold their soul to join the Super League that was doomed for failure anyway, that was the one for me that was unforgivable. And on top of that, I've done the Super League already, sorry. What was the other one? The furlough, yes, sorry. We are oh my god, lads, I'm getting a bit scary here. Almost 8,000 in the live chat now. Welcome, by the way. Thank you for trusting us for tonight. That's the first thing I want to say. You could be anywhere tonight. You could be on any platform. Thank you for trusting us, because we're going to try our best to keep you up to date with what's going on, and your views are important to us, so please do vote on that. Dude, I'm in the middle of a stream with 8,000 live viewers and you think I want to help you out with your poxy FPL? It isn't happening, sir. Join the party, Jimbo. Join the party. My mate's messaged me about FPL. Doesn't know there's 8,000 people in my live chat this moment in the stream, but he wants to know, will Gakpo or Darwin start at the weekend? Congratulations, said Nick AK in the chat. But Craig, all them owners are there except Chelsea because of political issues. It didn't matter where they're reaping the rewards from us. I don't get what you mean by political issues. So I'm not somebody that buys into the FSG saved us conversation. FSG did what we all know they did, which was get us for a song. Get us for 300 million. I don't think the club was going into administration. I think that was Royal Bank of Scotland just putting the pressure on Hicks and Gillette to sell. People are asking for updates. We will give you them when they come in. But right now, oh, hang on. Here's another one. Come on, hurry up. Right, so Melissa Reddy has just updated with the Caicedo transfer now hinges on the player's preference. So this is what it's going to come down to. Now, truly, I don't know. If I was a Chelsea fan right now, I'd be feeling confident because I feel like if you're a Chelsea fan, you're thinking they've put the work in for Caicedo. You know, they've laid the groundwork. They've talked to his representatives. They've sold him the vision. So I don't know if there is a higher possibility of him going to Chelsea over us because of that. But damn it if it isn't exciting. Noel Irvine, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC, buddy. I'm really scared, Craig said. Cecil, so am I, because this could be one of the best nights in recent history, or this could be absolute dejection and sadness. Someone saying he wants Chelsea. If he wants Chelsea and it was that clear at this point, we wouldn't have gone this far. So we must have gotten some encouragement to get to this point. That's my reading of it. But there's another fair question that we haven't really answered here. And that question is, how are Chelsea getting away with this? Because they signed Enzo for 105 or 106 million. They have brought in, 700 odd million worth of players, continuing to spend. They're bringing in a centre-back from Monaco. They triggered Tyler Adams' release clause. I know they've brought in about 200 million from shifting off players to Saudi, but this is still ludicrous, the amount of money that they're apparently able to spend. If Liverpool do sign Caicedo and stump up the money, why on earth didn't they do the same for Bellingham if the money was there all along? Again, I can't answer that, but what I will say to you is, with where we are right now, the fact that we have Dominic Szoboszlai, we have Alexis McAllister, if you put Caicedo and Bellingham in front of me right now, with those two transfers done, I'm taking Caicedo, because that's what we need. We've brought in a creative player in Szoboszlai and a creative player in McAllister. So right now, I think Caicedo is the one that we need. But I wouldn't have said no to Jude. Of course I wouldn't. I would have loved them. Apparently Jurgen is on a Zoom with Caicedo. Imagine that's the case. Imagine we're sitting here now, fingers crossed, toes crossed, and Kloppo is on an old call with Caicedo. I mean, how can you say no to Jurgen? Do you know what I mean? If he gets him on a call, I'd be very, very surprised if he doesn't get him to sign, if he's on a call. Would he be our first Ecuadorian player, said Justin. I believe so, mate. I believe so. Liverpool don't bid unless there is some interest. And again, Marcus, that's exactly what Connor said to me earlier on. Connor said, this has given me a lot of memories of what happened with the Dominic Szoboszlai deal, that we got the hint that he was interested and it went quickly. And it has gone quickly. 8,500 people watching right now. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Drop a like on the video. Don't forget, the poll is open here at the minute. Question is, would signing Caicedo change your FSG stance? And I'm so proud of you, because 63% of people say no. This would not be enough to change our stance on FSG. And that's exactly how I feel. It is certainly a good thing. It would certainly be appreciated. But one swallow does not make a summer. Although nobody ever says no to one swallow, let's be honest. You know what I mean? I've never been angry about it. That's all I'm saying. Love your channel, Craig. Been a fan since 2021. Thank you, my friend. But you know what I always say on here? I don't have fans. I have friends. That's what you guys are. We're a community. I just happen to be sitting in the chair doing the talking. But we're a community, man. We do this together. Could this mean we're selling somebody? That's another fair point. And there was an article today that suggested that there's an offer coming in of €12 million, about £10 million for Thiago from, I can't remember which Saudi club. So James Pearce has said he doesn't believe that is true. Other people have ran with the story and said that they do believe it's true. I truly don't know. But I mean, if we did sell him, we'd still need to bring in somebody else on top of Caicedo. So how do we feel about the idea of maybe Caicedo being the last midfield signing? And look, I don't know if he will be or won't be, but I'm asking, how do you feel about it if that would be the case? Fan Powers made FSG's corporate arse pucker. Love that, Roger. Thank you for the super chat. Caicedo or Lavia plus Inacio? Caicedo. Because you can always go and get another centre-back. Whether it's January, whether it's the end of the season. I know. But this player, as our chat has said, could be the difference between us going from looking fairly likely for a Champions League spot to maybe pushing for the title. And again, what a dagger it would be to their hearts right before we played them if we could get this deal over the line. But I'm scared. I'm not going to lie, folks. I'm scared right now because you don't want to be too invested in it. Because we've been open up to hurt before. Lads, I'm also getting scared because there's 8,700 people right now in the live chat as we're sláinte to all of you first and foremost. Thing is, Chelsea are still favourites with the bookies as we speak, said Laser Sharp. Well, we're going to get a resolution tonight. We're going to get a resolution tonight because Brighton want it that way. Let's get Caicedo in a centre-back and win, said Jay. Mate, if we end this window, I mean, get the tissues. It's red panty night. If we end this window with Caicedo, McAllister, Szoboszlai and a centre-back, I mean, Craig is going to be running naked through a field somewhere. That's the level of excitement that I'd be at right now. Daniel said, do you think Caicedo is coming to Liverpool if we bid high? Well, apparently Kloppo's on a Zoom call with him now. Now look, this is mad season. We don't know if this is true or not, but I love to believe it's true, right? I love to believe and see here that we think Kloppo is on an old dog and bone call with Caicedo saying, mate, do you know what I mean? Bring it in. You want the hug? You know you want the hug. Your networking, thank you for the super chat, mate. I'm scrolling through these as quick as I can. New super chat member, hope all is well with you. Signing Lavia or Caicedo, do you think another will follow quickly? Caicedo, if we sign him, it's going to be very interesting, your networking, to see what happens next. Because we still need a centre-back. We still need more numbers. But I tell you what, mate, it wouldn't half go a long way for morale, wouldn't it? If we were to beat Chelsea to them. And I'm going to say something that I said earlier on, but I want to reiterate. I think we beat Manchester City to the signing of Szoboszlai. I genuinely believe that to be the case. And if you think I'm wrong, firstly, I understand. But secondly, look at them going for Paqueta. I did say to you a month or two ago that I was told that they were looking at Szoboszlai. This is before we even had an interest publicly in Szoboszlai. And I didn't even know we were in for Szoboszlai. I just knew that Manchester City were apparently weighing him up as an option for De Bruyne replacement. So to see them going for Paqueta now, it's no surprise to me. Ari, welcome to Anfield Agenda Ultras, mate. Ari Tanu, appreciate you. Hey from Texas, screw FSG and screw the Red Sox, said Maverick TLG. Welcome in, buddy. Thank you for being with us. Much love. I want to get to Texas. I need to get to Texas at some point. I've been saying this for years. Not worth 50 million more than Lavia. So, two answers to that. Firstly, neither of them are probably worth the money that's been asked for them, let's be honest. For comparison, we signed by Cecic for 300 grand. And now we're being asked to pay 50 million for a kid that's just a little bit more experienced than him. But you can flip this on its head as well about Caicedo. We would be overpaying. I have no doubt about that. But I'd rather overpay and get him than see him go elsewhere. I'd rather listen to opposition fans telling us we overpaid and be happy than worry about signing somebody who we're not 100% certain of. So yeah, we would overpay. I agree, 100 million is too much money, but I'd still rather have him. New Fabrizio tweet, right? Let's keep them going. Big love from Norway, thank you. So I will get an update on the Fabrizio tweet very soon, don't worry. Right, here we go. Mark's keeping me up to date on this one. So Fabrizio has said, one second, I'm going to read this out. Caicedo is in London waiting for key developments on his future. Brighton waiting for Liverpool to send their official bid. If not tonight, it has to be Friday. Liverpool will 100% bid. Then it will be up to Chelsea. Highest bidder will get Brighton's green light. See, again, this is goalpost being moved because we were told this had to be resolved tonight. So let's wait and see what happens. Jamie said, Caicedo now, Andre in January. Oh, good shout. Good shout, Jamie. 9,000 in the live chat, my God. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button if you're new, because we want to keep you as part of this community moving forward. We hope you're enjoying the stream. I love a crazy stream. I do. I'm up here. Like, I am fully wound up and ready to go right now. If we get Caicedo and another central midfielder and a centre-back, Craig is going to give his wife a damn nice... visit. Let's go with visit. Yeah, I'll disappoint her more than I've ever disappointed her, dude. Don't you worry about that. Caicedo is a lifetime. Look, if we've got Caicedo, if somehow we pull this out, that means we've got Caicedo, who's what, 21, 22. Then we'd have McAllister, who's what, 23, 24. We'd have Dominic Szoboszlai, who's like, I don't know, similar age, 22. That's a good rebuild on top of Jones, Elliott, Bajcetic. That is your midfield sorted for the next 4, 5, 6 years, even post Jurgen Klopp. Wow. All this hype and Liverpool haven't even bid. Yeah, people think Liverpool will get him. Dude, we're very sceptical. We're with you. You're right to be sceptical, but tell me it isn't exciting. Tell me that you're not sitting there right now going, I think it's bull. But if it isn't bull, wow. And this isn't even transfer deadline day. So here's a scenario, right? Let's say that Liverpool get a fee agreed. So let's say Liverpool go in now and, for argument's sake, offer £100 million. Does anybody think that Uncle Todd won't come back with 120 Saudi million dollars or pounds? Because I think that even if we got a fee agreed, that won't be the last twist in this. I think once a fee is agreed, the ante will be raised from their side. I don't think that we'll raise the ante. I think if we get outbid, we get outbid. But I wonder what would make Todd stop. I wonder what the number that is too crazy for even Mr. Bowley would be. We could get Lavia as well, said Maka. Why no reply? Reply to what, Richard? I don't know what you're asking for a reply to. Here we go, confirmed to Chelsea. Is it? Is it though? Is it? I'm yet to see a here we go, confirmed to Chelsea, when literally 2 minutes ago he was saying that it'll come down to a player's decision. $1 billion. Right, let's keep it going. Chelsea can't pay that much instantly. That's true. And that's another fair point. If Chelsea were indeed to pay, they would probably have to pay it over, I don't know how many years. And also, you know the way Chelsea are doing these mad contracts. There's a big chance here that Chelsea could be up shit creek financially if some of these transfers don't work out. Because they're giving players 6, 7, 8, 9 year contracts. That's all well and good when you're trying to just amortize stuff on your balance sheet. But if they don't work out, if Mudryk doesn't work out, if Enzo doesn't work out, Chelsea are going to be stuck with players on a really, really high salary that nobody else will want to touch, because why would they want to equal those wages? How are Chelsea doing this? It's like fantasy football universe. That's a really good question, Benny. And right, we know Chelsea spent a load of money when Bowley came in. 700 odd million. We know that they've recouped some money thanks to, shall we say, friendly football clubs over in Saudi Arabia. Now, here's a bit of information for you, and I don't know how deep this goes, but it's an honest fact. Of course, it's a fact. It's going to be an honest fact, isn't it? So, as we know, Chelsea's owned by Todd Bowley and Clearlake Capital, who are a part of an investment consortium that went in to buy them. Clearlake Capital also have investment from ... the PIF. Now, how much that investment is, how much say they may have in Clearlake Capital's operating, I truly do not know. But it stinks to high heaven to me that all of a sudden Chelsea are getting 200 million from the Saudi League for players that they want to just move across there. That doesn't sit right with me. And also, right now, Chelsea, as we know, are under some investigations for stuff that happened under the Abramovich era. And from what I'm aware, for the 17 years or so that he was there, they racked up an average of 900 grand a week in losses under the Abramovich era. So Chelsea are a club that I've long not understood how the hell it happens with their finances. I don't get it, because they have a small stadium. That was a 42k, something like that, Stamford Bridge. So I really don't know how they get away with this. I don't. Craig, would you prefer Todd as an owner for Liverpool or FSG? If you gave Klopp the decision making with Todd's money or willingness to spend, probably that. But I'd be fearful about how this will affect in the long term as well if I was a Chelsea fan. Dave said, I find it weird how 50 million is too much for Lavia, but then 100 million for Caicedo's in our budget. I'm going to read the rest of your comment, but I don't find it weird. Let me explain why in a sec. I feel like we end up saying we're outpriced, then move on. Not sure we'll get this one done. I think there's a lot of scepticism, Dave, and thank you for your super chat about us not getting this one done. But put it this way. Liverpool, as we know, look for a couple of things when they're signing a player. The right fit, the right profile, the right price. And the right price doesn't necessarily mean there's a number that we can't go past. It means that the club have to see value in a deal. So, do I understand objectively how Liverpool could look at Lavia at 50 million and think, too much money for a 19-year-old kid that has limited Premier League experience? If I remove everything else from this conversation, can I understand that? Yes. Do I understand that Liverpool might go, hang on, we got Bajcetic for 300 grand and they want 50 million for a kid that probably didn't even have a better campaign? Yes, but you have to look at it as a whole picture, right? We are in dire need of a DM. So if they think Caicedo's the answer, they've shown before that they will pay for the right player. Look at Darwin. Now, it's easy to talk about Alisson, it's easy to talk about Van Dijk because we had the Coutinho money. But they did it with Darwin. They spent potentially up to 100 million euro on that deal. Right, so another thing coming in here now said, there's a feeling at Liverpool that Brighton may prefer to sell to them with relations between the two clubs good after McAllister's move. The Mail are reporting Liverpool and Chelsea duke it out for Moises Caicedo before renewing hostilities in a Premier League opener. This is fun. Right, I'm going to end this poll. Give me an idea for another poll. Right now the question was, would Liverpool signing Caicedo change your FSG stance? Answer, 60% said no. 60% of Liverpool fans said it would not change their stance on how they view FSG. Next poll. Give me another poll to put up and we'll make it happen. Do you think Milner and Lallana have affected this? No, because they don't really have access to Caicedo at this point if he cleared out his locker 5 days ago. Now, do I think McAllister may have a little bit to say on this? I hope so, because I tell you, if I'm Jurgen, I'm certainly asking McAllister to get on the blower and talk to his teammate and see if he can't convince him of how great it is at Liverpool. So Vikas with a very, very defeatist post, well, thank you for it, said, Caicedo would be foolish to join Liverpool. Every man and his dog know we're never going to win titles again with these owners. FSG, get out of my club. So I would say if we sign Caicedo, far better placed than Chelsea to win another title, far better placed than United to win another title. And also remember, Chelsea aren't in Europe this season. Chelsea finished 12th last season, so we don't know if players look at the turmoil that's going on at the club, if they look at Liverpool as a more stable environment to join because the manager's been there for 7 or 8 years, the team is evolving, there's an obvious pathway of where he'll play, how he'll fit in, and how quickly he'll set himself in as a regular player in our team. Like, if you look at Chelsea, they've spunked a load of money. 100 million on Enzo Fernandez. Another French central midfielder they agreed a fee with during the week. They've triggered Tyler Adams' release clause. You got to ask these questions as well. Like, Do I think I'm going to get the minutes? Do I think I'm going to be able to progress as much? Which coach is going to be able to get more out of me? Do I think Pochettino is going to bring me to the next level, or do I think that Jurgen Klopp could do it? Lots of questions. Again, though, we await answers. 9k viewers. Yeah, 9,204 at the moment. Do hit that subscribe button, folks. Let's see if we can't have a record for the most subs in the stream. For us, I mean. Romano says no Liverpool till Friday. See, that isn't what he said, Lee. Because I've already read out his tweet. He said it may go to Friday. Why do people twist people's words and not come out with a factual statement? He said it may be tomorrow. But again, let's remember, Brighton want this resolved tonight. Isn't Caicedo a United fan? No idea. But Guardiola is a Liverpool fan and he's playing for Man City. So again, I don't think it makes much relevance when you're talking about the levels of money involved. Craig, my brother, as a die-hard fan, we argue which midfielder would be better next season. If we got Caicedo, what do you think? If we got Caicedo, I'm saying we're title challengers. Genuinely. Caicedo, McAllister, Szoboszlai, Elliot Jones, Bajcetic. I mean, I ain't hating that. Thiago still at the club. Ben Doak coming through. I mean, I'm getting excited by it. What have we got here? Hope you do not get Caicedo. Look, I'm dubious. It's right that we're all suspect here. But again, I want to reiterate, if Liverpool don't get this deal done, if Liverpool lose the Caicedo deal, it is going to look infinitely worse on our owners. Because now they'll have gone from a day of frustration where we were backing away from Caicedo or from Lavia to then going, well, we really want Caicedo, but we're going to make it a one-day bidding war and let's see what happens. Poll, Lavia, Caicedo, Tchouaméni, JC Galvanil, you've earned the right to dictate a poll, sir. You've gifted 40 subs today. So let me just get that poll sorted for you, bud. Let me, 1 second. How do I spell Tchouaméni? Lads, how do I spell Tchouaméni? God, where is it? How do I spell Tchouaméni? I need to get this figured out. T-C-H-O-U, is it M-A-N-I? I mean, it doesn't matter if I misspell it, does it? I mean, that doesn't look right, but someone spell Tchouaméni for me there so I can figure out how the hell I spell this. T-C-H... Oh, I got it right. Look at me. Right. There we go. Poll up. Who do you want? Caicedo, Lavia, Tchouaméni. Over to you. Let us know. I mean, it's no good putting in the answers. The poll is where you need to be clicking. We've just hit 187,000 subscribers as well, my friends. So do keep hitting that subscribe button. Keep your comments coming in. Most importantly, don't forget to drop a like on the video. Rappellers Elite, welcome, buddy, to Anfield Agenda Ultras. Again, appreciate your support. What do we think of the new graphics, by the way? Can we get a round of applause for the Anfield Agenda designers who have come up with the new studio for us for the new season? Chow mein. Yeah, that would probably be closer to how I'd spell it, to be fair. My grammar's horrendous. Right, let's have a look at this. Oh, I mean, this is pretty lopsided here. So we've asked the question, who do you want? We've already had 2,250 votes. It's 72% so far to say Caicedo. Lavia 4%, Tchouaméni 24%. Let's keep it open because let's see if it changes a bit. Chouameni. Yeah, I'm awful, lads. If it wasn't for predictive text and stuff, I'd be in trouble. Looks great, nice, thank you. Yeah, I'm very proud of the guys for the graphics. They've worked their backside off. I agree with you, Craig. If we get Caicedo at this point, it's better than Jude. Remember, guys, his wage was no joke. People often forget about wages. I'm going to try and pronounce your name, sir. Aniruda? I hope I at least didn't butcher that name, dude. But thank you. And I think at this stage, yes, that's what I would agree with. I think that if you offered me right now Bellingham or Caicedo, I'm taking Caicedo because of what we've done beforehand, because of bringing in Alexis McAllister, because of bringing in Dominic Szoboszlai. And again, just a reminder, we did also release the new third shirt today. Lots of news is happening. We've barely touched on that, but that is it there on the screen now. Let me know your thoughts on it. Do you like the new third shirt? Do you think it's a little bit... Reminds me of a washing powder ad, if I'm being honest with you. That's what it reminds me of. After the pressure FSG has been under, I feel like this wouldn't be happening unless it was concrete. I think they're trying to buy him. I think that much is true, yes. I agree with you on that one, Nino. I do think Liverpool are indeed trying to buy him. I don't think that's false. Liverpool's odds of signing Brighton midfielder Moises Caicedo have taken a dramatic turn. Bookmakers have slashed the odds from 50 to 1 to 11 to 2. That's still pretty long, though. Like 11 to 2 is 5.5 to 1. That's, you know, probably at a point where I'd stick a few quid on it just out of the possibility. Sign a right back, put Trent in midfield. The new shirt reminds me of Ribena, said Mark. Again, don't forget, we're going to keep you updated. Normally we finish up about this time, but we're going to continue on because we need to see if this gets a resolution. We need to see if there is news on this tonight. Love the purple and black. It's fantastic, said somebody in the chat there. Kit looks nice, said Daniel Fletcher. Sideline Sedo said, do you think Caicedo for around 100 million would be overpaying? I'd rather take Caicedo. Love the new setup and graphics, by the way. Here's to a great season. Thank you, mate. Do I think it's overpaying? Yes, I do. I can't lie to you. I think anybody that was... What was he, 12 million a few seasons ago to suddenly be worth 100 million now? Yeah, I would say we overpay. But you know what? I'd rather overpay and have him than not overpay and see him elsewhere. So I think if we sign him, we forget about the money very quickly. Especially when you look at the market right now and you see Chelsea doing it for Enzo. You see Arsenal doing it for Declan Rice. You see Real Madrid doing it for Jude Bellingham. John Hamilton, thank you, buddy, for the super chat. Great to see you in the chat. Stephen Bosworth, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC, buddy. Appreciate you. Almir Hudsich, thank you, buddy. Caicedo already has personal terms agreed with Chelsea. Yes, and I'm not denying that. But all it takes is Liverpool to match those terms, and then it becomes a decision of where he wants to go. So I don't know if this is true or not, but there was a thought process doing the rounds tonight that Kloppo was on a Skype call with Caicedo, and if he gets him on a call, I feel like, you know, it's good sign for us. Are we going to sign Pavard? No, I believe Manchester United are about to put a bid in for Benjamin Pavard, and I don't really think he's a good fit for us, in all honesty. Speed Touch 2006 said, we'd love Caicedo, but we would then need to sack the entire Liverpool scouting setup and raid Brighton for theirs. Probably would have been cheaper to just buy Brighton, mate, honestly. Look, it's both brilliant and also very worrying that we're in a situation where we could potentially make 2 one-day scrambles to get deals done. Remember the Dominic Szoboszlai deal? This came about just before his release clause went up. Or at least, his release clause became null and void, I should say. And then RB Leipzig would have asked for more. So we did that very quickly. This, again, maybe Liverpool got wind that Chelsea were very close to getting an agreement with Brighton. And maybe that's why they decided to make their move now. Maybe it's because of the fan pressure. Maybe it's because of Jamie Carragher's post. Who knows? But right now, we seem to be in a genuine battle to try and sign the guy. Vika said, I've lost my patience for FSG. My heart goes out to Klopp and the boys. They deserve the best support. This channel is keeping me away from a meltdown. Well, I'm glad you're here with us. It's scary, it's exciting, and it's a bit mental right now. Right, I'm going to put this away. Do you think we should get players with 100 mil? 2 players with 100 mil? Look, right now, mate, Caicedo's on the table. So rather than going and getting 2 players, just get the player. And then we can argue about another player. We can definitely have a conversation of, if we sign Caicedo, about do we need more. Because I think the chat certainly feel like we need more. Right, this poll, what have we had now? It's nearly at 4,000 votes. And it's currently 72% of you guys said, given the choice between Caicedo, Lavia and Tchouaméni, you guys would take Caicedo, 72%. That's pretty definitive, to be fair. I thought that was going to be a lot closer. I fear it's all false hope, Brian. I can completely understand that. And those fears could be very justified, sir. I'm not going to ridicule you for that, because I think you're feeling how a lot of us are feeling right now, my friend. Can we get a Newlon for hitting 9k viewers? I don't think we have Newlon in this scene, is the honest answer. Yeah, in fact, I know we don't have Newlon in this scene. JC, my man. But thank you for your super chat again. And again, thank you for all the gifted subs tonight. Klopp on Skype call with Big Mac sat with him. There you go. Yeah, McAllister just there winking. Just going. 2 lads there, full on. You know what I mean? Still FSG out. Yeah, we did that. We asked earlier on, we did another poll, and we asked people, if Liverpool signed Moises Caicedo, would your opinion change on the owners? And it was pretty much a 50-50 split. I think it was 50-49, and there's always 1% that goes missing with these polls. So I'm going to stop this poll, because we've had over 4,000 views, or votes, and it's pretty definitive. You guys have voted in your numbers, and it is Caicedo 71%, Tchouaméni 23%, Lavia 4%. Do we think Caicedo will be like Mascherano, solid little terrier after the ball? Sorry, I didn't want to cough down the mic. Thank you, Rapillers Elite. Yes, he'd be brilliant. Look, Caicedo can fill a couple of gaps. If Stefan Bajcetic comes back in and Klopp wants to play Bajcetic in the 6, then we can push Caicedo a bit further forward. It also would give us the ability to change systems a lot easier. So right now, the way I see it, we've got 4 number 10s at the club. Alexis McAllister, Dominic Szoboszlai, Harvey Elliott and Curtis Jones. At least how they're utilised by the manager, 4 number 10s. But we've got 1 potential 6 in Bajcetic. Thiago, who's probably somewhere between a 6 and an 8. So we need somebody in this position. And what you always want in these positions is to get the best player. And right now, if it was a choice between Lavia and Caicedo, just from the standpoint of signing, surely you'd have to say that the right answer would be Caicedo. How much have Chelsea currently bid? Don't know. The last number I seen was just shy of 90. But I don't know if it's changed now. 60-40 in favour of FSG out. No, it was higher. It was 50. Oh, well, actually, let's just do the FSG out, FSG in one. That's a fair poll. Let's get that up. 1 second. Right, polls up. Have your say. Simply asked, are you FSG in or out? Up to you. Let's wait and see if FSG spends that money. Yes, because what we can't have happen is FSG lose this offer and then just nothing. Because we know that they were willing to spend the money, so the money has to be there, right? So we're not going to let them off the hook here. Can we get another list for the good LFC reporters that we can actually rely on? It's what you like, to be fair, Daniel. I wouldn't say that there's a list of good and bad. I'd say there's a list of priorities for different aspects of Liverpool. For instance, you've got your transfer journalists. You've got your journalists that would have information on how the deals came about. You've got your journalists that would have information on background players. So I wouldn't say that there's a very short, definitive list. I would say it depends on what you want. Right, let's see what the poll is. It is absolutely one-sided, and I'm so proud of you all yet again, because pretty clear. No wool has been pulled over anyone's eyes here, and I love you for that. You're spot on. Craig, it doesn't matter what FSG do now, they must go, said Dean. Yes, sir. I'm with you. For me, there's no coming back. There was no coming back from the Super League. I'm invested in this because I want Klopp to get the player. That's why I'm so invested in this right now. I want Jurgen to get the player, because that improves us dramatically. What do you think of the new kit? Not a fan personally, JD. Yeah, it just reminds me of a washing powder ad. But the other two kits this season have absolutely grown on me. I really do like them. Craig, at the beginning of the window, we were trying to argue Gallagher would be a good signing. I wasn't. I never wanted Conor Gallagher at Liverpool. I always thought that was a silly idea. Money is not the issue, it's getting them to open the safe, said John Rose. I'm a Connor, said Craig, when was the last time we won the Europa League? Jesus, was it 2001? Was that the last time we won what was then the, what was it called back then? The Europa League. What was it back then? The UEFA Cup. I think it was 2001 if I'm not mistaken. Because we lost, obviously, in Basel to Sevilla. So, fairly sure it was 2001 when we won the treble. The Gary McAllister season, as I like to call it. Your networking said we're now 4-6 favourites to sign Caicedo. Oh, hello. Hello. Can we get that confirmed, please? 4-6 favourites to sign him. Jeez, that's a long way down from 11-2 that we spoke about less than an hour ago. JC said hit those like and subscribe buttons. Yes, please do, especially the subscribe button. If you are new to the channel, don't forget, we've got lots of stuff coming up for you over the next week. After this stream ends tonight, I'm going to be recording the predictions for the Chelsea game, starting 11 score prediction. That's going to be coming out tomorrow afternoon, so don't miss that. Of course, we'll have a watch along of the game on Sunday as well. You can join us from 3:30 for that. We're going to be keeping nighttime streams going every night at 8:30, daily videos at 10 p.m. And the good news for all of our members is you can watch these streams back. We put them on unlisted, but we make them available for members, so you can watch them after they're over as well. Right, we're looking at Odds Checker here right now. Odds Checker still have Liverpool out of 5-2. Connor, apparently it's Sky Bet that we need to check on this one. Chelsea 5-4, Liverpool 5-2, but apparently it's Sky Bet, Connor, where that's changed. Four to 6 is correct, says Daniel. That just goes to show you how quickly this market moves. Like, if we've gone from 11-2 down to 4-6 in the space of an hour, a lot of money. It doesn't mean that it's going to happen, but it means a lot of money is being lumped on. To change the market that dramatically, it would have to have had a fairly big influx of cash. 8.4k people watching, said Madfoot. Yeah, we were up to 9,200 was our peak earlier on, mate. This is... look, let me just say one thing. Thank you. Before we go on, before we, find out how this works out, I want to just take a second to say thank you. Thank you for trusting us. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for your comments. Because without you, without our audience, without you guys placing your trust in us, we wouldn't be here. It's that simple. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, from the rest of the team. Your support means such a difference. You are changing our lives. And we always want to make sure that we try to do our best for you guys, because we take our responsibilities here seriously. So much love. Thank you. Right, somebody's saying new Fabinho or new update. One sec. So this confuses the bejesus out of me, right? So Fabrizio Romano has just said Liverpool's bid tonight or tomorrow for Caicedo will be more than 80 million. It fucking better be. Because 80 million ain't going to do it. 85 million ain't going to do it. 90 million ain't going to do it. So, unless Brighton are willing to take less money for it being paid up front quicker, I don't know. But that's the only way I could potentially see a situation where a bid of 80 million makes any sense. Now, we have checked Sky Bet, and yes, it is 4-6 for him to come to Liverpool. Chelsea 5-4. Brighton 12-1. So Sky Bet are favouring a move to Liverpool at this point. Craig, do you think Caicedo will work in this Liverpool team? Oh God, yes, Jay. 100%, mate. The versatility there as well is crazy. Yeah, so whatever the bid is that Liverpool put in, it will have to be significantly higher than the 80, in my opinion, to get it done. Thank you, Liz. Appreciate you. Said, love you right back. Thank you, Liz. Grizz can tweet. You might as well have said the dog next door tweeted. Like, don't insult my live chat by mentioning his name again, mate. Again, yeah, just don't. Whatever he's tweeting, he's just plucked out of his backside, in my opinion. So don't worry about that. Your voice is well known down in our home, pal, said the Irish King. Thank you, mate. But how dare you use my username? There's only one Irish King here, pal. Huh? Joking. Jokes. There's two of us, me and the Irish guy. Both kings. FSG have won 8 trophies, including pools for his Premier League and Klopp's appointment. Great. And? I mean, what's the point of that? We've won 8, but my question would be, how many more could we have won with the right investment? That's how I'd reply to that. And don't get me wrong, mate. I'm very grateful we've won these trophies. I'm very grateful to see a Premier League. I'm very grateful for another European Cup. I'm infinitely grateful for Jurgen. But my question is, how many more could we have won? You know, we lost to Manchester City by a point or a couple of points on a few occasions. If we had investment in those windows and got off to a quicker start in the season, we could have had more champions or more Europe. Or, oh, Jesus, wake up, Craig. More Premier League trophies. Do I live in Dublin? Someone said same level as Grizz, to be fair. I don't know if you mean about the dog next door or me, because if you're talking about me, I think my numbers speak for themselves, my friend. Do I live in Dublin? Not anymore, mate. No, I grew up in Shankill, which is probably now South Dublin, but right now I live in Wexford. The Irish guy always makes me laugh. He's top notch, Michael. Yeah, Michael Ramsey, somebody I get on very, very well with, and I've nothing but good things to say about. 100 million on a bag of Tado, said Sagan Maiden. Lan said, Craig, would we bid if the player wouldn't come to Liverpool? We would have definitely had to have got some encouragement that the player is at least open to the possibility of joining Liverpool. I think that's pretty straightforward. I can't tell you. I can't sit here now and tell you where he's going to go, because I really don't know. I don't. But one thing I'd say is, if we come short, right, if we don't get this deal agreed, how's Lavia feeling right now? How's Thuram feeling right now? And other players that we've flirted with. And Lavia's seen 3 bids rejected. Lavia's told Southampton he wants to come. So I wonder how that young man's feeling right now. Liverpool feel there's a good chance they can sign Caicedo, said Fabrizio. Oh, lads, I'm getting tingles. I'm getting tingled in a good way. In a good way. $20 million plus a Darwin signed shirt. What do you think gets it done? Like, what do you think the number is that gets this deal done? Let me know that in the chat, because that's something that I'm very interested in. What do you think the number is? Over 80 million? Are you joking me right now? Well, it has to be over 80 million, because that's what's been rejected. Chelsea have had bids higher than that rejected, I believe. Right, so We've had the poll open. I'm going to let it try and get to 5,000 votes. So if you haven't voted yet, please do. Because I don't know we'll ever get a better chance to get a very good sample size of Liverpool's fan base. We've asked you the question, right now, are you FSG in or FSG out? We've had nearly 4,000 votes. So far, it's 84% said they're FSG out and 16% say in. Poll is going to remain open until we get past 5,000 votes. So do please have your say. Right, let me go through these. So, Jay Moore reckons 105 million. Gabe reckons 100 million. Rain 94 million. Baz reckons 95. Nessie 98 plus bonuses. Wayne Fairclough said 105 million. Drum Tum said 90 plus 10. 94 million plus add-ons for Wayne. 95 for our fan. Steve Harrison said 90 million plus at least half of it up front. And that's where we could steal a march on Chelsea. Because I do feel we'll have more wiggle room to give to give Brighton money up front. You know, Chelsea are going to have to put it on the never never. If anybody is going to need Klarna in this scenario, it's Todd. It isn't Uncle John. 100 million said Bailey. The Scorpion King, welcome my friend to Anfield Agenda FC. I hope you're a good Scorpion King, mate. You know, I hope you're on side here trying to help out the family. But welcome in, buddy. Appreciate your support. And again, don't forget, if you are a member of our channel, a couple of perks that you get. Your name appears in green to me and other members. You also get custom emojis that have been designed for the channel. You get the Anfield Agenda logo beside your name. You get access to all of our new streams that get put onto private or members only when the streams are over, so you can watch them back at your leisure. If you're an Ultras member, you also get access to our Discord group. You get to take part in members' polls, and you also get access to custom wallpapers and stuff that our team of designers will design and upload for you. Woo! Take a breath. This has been 100 miles an hour since we've gone on 1 hour and 15 minutes ago. Would Caicedo be able to play on Sunday if he joins? Right, I'm playing off memory here. I think he'd have to be registered before 12 p.m. tomorrow, so I'm going to say no. He wouldn't, because you'd never get a medical and all done in that time. Get the paperwork sorted out. So no, I wouldn't say he's possible to sign for anyone and play this weekend. Welcome to Anfield Agenda FC to Colin White. Thank you for that, mate. Appreciate you joining us. Vikas said, it's 2:15 a.m. in India and I'm waiting for that "here we go" from Fabrizio. I dread these summer transfer windows nights as a red. Fingers crossed. I'm right here with you, my friend. And lots of love and shout out to all of the Indian Reds that watch, because we know only too well that Liverpool have a huge following, and indeed so do we here in the channel, have a good following of people over in India. So much love to you all. Who was this super chat from? I don't think I've ever had to work so hard to keep up with super chats, but, you know, if you spend your goddamn money, I want to at least try and read it out, because, you know, money ain't easy to come by, so we do appreciate your support. Chelsea won't pay 100 million, said Jordan. If they were willing, they would have. If we really want them, we bid 95 tonight or tomorrow, in my opinion, said Jordan. I'm with you, Jordan. I think we do have the edge in them in that regard. John Hamilton, my friend, welcome back to Anfield Agenda FC. Always a pleasure to see you in, John. I hope you're keeping well. Nessie said, there's a feeling at Liverpool that Brighton may prefer to sell to them, with relations between the two good after McAllister's move. It feels good, Nessie, doesn't it, to read stuff like that? Like, it really does. Now, look, whatever happens, surely we have to move forward quickly in the window at this point. Whether it be somebody, if, like, the real question here, and one that we haven't, I guess, asked, is what happens if we don't get Caicedo? What do we think happens then? Do you go back with your tail between your legs for Lavia? Or do you go somewhere else completely? Yeah, that's a question that I guess only really popped into my head now. Rapilliers Elite, thank you, buddy, for gifting a membership as well. Appreciate you. David Hansen, welcome to Anfield Agenda Ultras. Ramps, thank you for the super chat, mate. First one in. Do you think we will bid tonight? I think we only bid if we get the nod from the player. That's my honest opinion. I think if that conversation between Klopp and Caicedo was true on Skype or whatever platform, I think we bid if we get the nod from the player. That's my feeling on this. If Caicedo said, I want to come to Liverpool if you agree a fee with Brighton, then I think we bid. That's my guess. We take a stupid and said Todd. McTominay now. Calm down now. Calm down. It's never that bad. It's never McTominay bad. Liz said hydrate. Liz, honestly, my brain's going 100 miles an hour now, Liz. And yeah, I need to hydrate. You're right. T.I. Anfield. Welcome, buddy, to Anfield Agenda Ultras. Thank you for your support. 10 p.m. big news. That's why we're staying on. We're staying on for that update because at 10 o'clock, if you don't know, 10 o'clock is when tomorrow's papers come out. So that's when the journalists sneak out all their information, give us a little tease of what's going to be in the newspapers tomorrow. So we're staying on for that. Scenes when it goes quiet and he walks out at Stamford Bridge in a Liverpool shirt. Oof. See, if that happens, what we need to do is bring in Martin Skirtle and have Martin Skirtle come in and just RKO him from the side. Poll, would you rather Caicedo or Lavia in a centre-back? I think that's a good poll, Ramps. Let's put that in. 1 second. Transfer season is not great for my mental health, said Rabadan. Dude, right with you. Very strong on this, Craig. If we fail for Caicedo, we must go for Florentino Luis of Benfica. I like that. I like that idea, Whitehammer. Sorry, I'm just going to get this poll up for this gentleman before I forget because it was a good idea. 1 second. 1 sec, bud. Oh yeah, I've got to end the old poll first, don't I? We've nearly had the 5,000, so I'm going to end it. And it's the biggest poll we've ever conducted here on the channel. And the question was, are you FSG out or FSG in? 83% said they're FSG out, 16% said they're FSG in, and obviously there's a 1% differential there. JC Galvanil has just gifted another 10 Anfield Agenda memberships. Thank you, JC. Right, let's get this poll up, sorry. Right, new poll. Would you prefer Caicedo or Lavia and a centre-back? Over to you. Is this true? The bid is £100 million from Paul Joyce. Lucas, is that true? Can we get confirmation on that? Can we get confirmation from Joyce? I'll get this sent to me soon, so don't go anywhere. If you were thinking of going for a P, no. I will get this tweet sent over to me very soon, so don't go anywhere. The team are working their backsides off tonight, and again, thank you to the lads behind the scenes. Right, so Liverpool are likely to follow up with a bid for Moises Caicedo. Their hopes of pulling off a club record transfer rest on Caicedo having a change of heart, having previously intimated he wants to move to Stamford Bridge. Nothing there on the money. What's this one? We've done that one already. All of these, by the way, are on the Anfield Agenda Twitter account as well. If you want to go over there and check it out, it's just at Anfield Agenda. So this is breaking news. Said, should Liverpool get the green light from the player, then FSG would have to sanction £100 million. That's from Paul Joyce. Just again to reiterate, should Liverpool get the green light from the player, and it looks like it's down to the player now to make this decision, FSG would have to sanction £100 million for the player. That's from Paul Joyce. Also, again, Liverpool are in talks with Brighton and Hove Albion over a £100 million rated Caicedo as they attempt to hijack Chelsea's long-standing pursuit of the midfielder. I have another question that I would like to put to the chat when this poll is over, and it just popped into my head now, so we're going to let this poll run for another minute, but just remind me I had a second poll I wanted to run past you guys. I think Caicedo wants Chelsea and Lavia wants Liverpool. Liam, if Caicedo had made it be known right now that he wants Chelsea, this situation wouldn't be happening. Now, I'm not saying, Liam, he won't go to Chelsea. I'm just saying right now, it is down to the player. That's where we're at right now. The player needs to make his decision, and then somebody needs to pony up 100 or 100 mil, I should say. We're after a left back. No, we're also after a left centre back, mate. Not a left back, a left centre back. Caicedo or Tchouaméni. We did that earlier on, Mohammed. We did a poll that was Caicedo, Lavia or Tchouaméni, and it was a country mile. It was people wanted. One sec. So, more breaking news coming from Paul Joyce again of The Times. Said Liverpool are playing catch-up, having previously regarded the player as unobtainable. Jurgen Klopp will hope that he has the opportunity to speak to Caicedo and lay out his vision. Again, that coming from Paul Joyce. Thank you, Connor and the team, for sending me that in. Daniel Dreyfus, thank you for the super sticker, mate. You didn't put in a comment, but welcome in. Great to have you with us. What's Pavard? I think he's about 25-30 million. He's a right back / centre back, but probably not the right fit for us. If anything, it looks like Manchester United are going to be in for him. Christian Driscoll, welcome to Anfield Agenda Ultras, buddy. Appreciate you. Lads, can you imagine? Like, I know it's fantasy football stuff here for a minute, but let's just sit back for a second. If this deal goes through, we will have added Caicedo, McAllister and Szoboszlai. That is a transfer window that, in all honesty, if you told me before the window could happen, I would have slapped you with a wet fish and told you stop wasting my damn time. But imagine that. And it's possible at this point. Caicedo, McAllister, Szoboszlai. Emma, thank you for gifting 5 Anfield Agenda memberships, my friend. You guys are amazing. Thank you. The love tonight and the kindness shown by you guys to everybody else in the chat's been amazing. How come we can't fork out the extra 5 mil for Lavia? The answer to that, mate, THJD, is looking like it's genuinely, we think he's too much money. Liverpool have a number, and I don't know if the 46 was already them going past the number, but the line coming out of the club is that we view it as way too much money for somebody who's just a little bit more experienced than Bajcetic. And if you look at it objectively, just from that perspective, without bringing into account the window or anything else, I can understand it. Still doesn't mean we don't need to get that position sorted, we do. But objectively, I can understand that there's a number. But it only works if you get the alternative. Right, another poll. I do have another poll I wanted to ask. I'm going to finish this one now. Once we get to 3,000 votes, so we only need another 40 votes or so, and we're there. The question was, do you want Caicedo or Lavia and a centre-back? And we've now had the 3,000 votes, and it is 75% want Caicedo and 25% want Caicedo and a centre-back. Now, I've got a new poll for you that I'm genuinely intrigued with. So those of you that watch the channel will know that I said there was only one person, if we didn't get Bellingham, I'd have been happy with. Now I want to know your answer to this. Now there's a poll for you. Who would you prefer, Caicedo or Rice? Because they're both going to be £100 million. They've both moved in this window by the looks of it. If I could play Fantasy Premier League right now and put both of them in front of you, which one are you taking? Easy poll, that one. I hope so. We're nearly back up to 9,000 viewers again, by the way. So welcome back in to everyone that maybe went off for a little bit of a Barry White or something. Welcome back in. Rice is overrated, said Grim Reaper. So I rate Declan Rice, but I don't rate him 105 million. I do think that was an absolute lunacy of a fee. Rice is older. Not much, though. What is Rice? 23, 24? John said, Rice all day, ready-made and proven. Well, that's what the poll's there for, lads. So, it's pretty one-sided so far. We've had 2,500 votes so far. It's pretty one-sided to Caicedo. So, we should hopefully get some news starting to tweak out as well over the next few minutes. Rice is not overrated. I think Rice is a cracking player. No, like when we were in for Bellingham, I said if we didn't get Bellingham, I would happily take Rice. And I would have. No joke. But again, I will come back to, as we sit here now, with the business we've done, I would rather Caicedo. Because Rice can be a bit further forward as well if needs be. But with the business we've already done, it's Caicedo for me in a heartbeat. Harry said, I rate Rice, but Caicedo fixes our problems and no English tax. Yep. I'm fully on board with that. Like, they're both great players. I think Arsenal have got themselves a cracking player in Declan Rice. But, again, I'm going to reiterate. Can you imagine if we sit here on Sunday and Liverpool somehow... Oh, hang on. So, Matt Law of The Telegraph, I think, said Chelsea are expected to offer £90 million plus £10 million in add-ons for Caicedo. Scott Patrick, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC, my friend. So that's the first bit of news that's starting to tweak out tonight from the 10 p.m. stuff. Chelsea are expecting the £100 million, 90 plus 10 in add-ons. Now, it could come down to how this is structured. So it's all well and good us sitting here saying 90 million with 10 million in add-ons. But how much of that 90 million is going to be upfront to Brighton? And, you know, how much of it is going to be paid over the next 4 or 5 years? So if Liverpool could maybe come up with a better package, it does look like it's going to come down to the player at this point. Whoever the player chooses, that's where he goes. This genuinely is where it looks. Law is pro-Chelsea. I wouldn't believe him. Yeah. You know, there are certainly some shenanigans afoot here. So do I think that... We're back over 9,000 viewers, by the way. Do I think that clubs do this? Yeah. Absolutely. They get on to friendly journalists to try and push the mood, to try and maybe tilt things in their favour a little bit. Evening, Craig. Chelsea reports say Chelsea have bid on both Caicedo and Lavia. Is that right? Yes. They bid for Lavia £48 million. From what I'm aware of, that bid was rejected. That's the news that I had yesterday, was that bid was rejected because it still didn't hit the 50. Still FSG out, so am I, connoisseur. And again, most of our chat are. We did a poll earlier on. We asked, are you FSG out or FSG in right now? And 84% or 86% said FSG out. Fabrizio Romano said this could progress into tomorrow. Yeah, we covered that ages ago. But again, I just want to reiterate, it was the journalists themselves that said Brighton want this resolved tonight. Just pay the 100 million, don't nickel and dime. I believe we are willing to pay the 100 million, David. Paul Joyce has said that if Liverpool get the nod from the player, that FSG are willing to sanction a £100 million bid. That's from Paul Joyce. Good evening from a disabled veteran. Good evening to you, Simon. I hope that life's treating you well, sir. And thank you for joining us. I appreciate your support. Craig, would Caicedo be classed as a homegrown player since Brighton signed him when he was quite young? I don't think so. I don't think he's had enough under... No, because he'd have to be under the age of 18. No, he wouldn't be. More news from Matt Law. Okay, don't worry. We'll keep them coming to you. So our boys are going to be working away in the background to give you these updates as well. And Neil Ferris, thank you for your super chat, said, what would Caicedo do to Liverpool's domestic foreign player number balance? I think, I'm working off memory here, I think it would bring us either up to the total number or one shy of it. Off memory, I'm trying to figure this out. I think we're at the 17 if we signed them, but I will check into it. Right, more stuff coming in. Right, one thing at a time. Liverpool are pushing hard to sign Caicedo in the coming days after making a late attempt to outbid Chelsea, who've been leading the race all summer. That from Matt Law. Liverpool have been interested in Caicedo for months, again from Matt Law, but it appears they may have made their move too late in the window. Yeah, that's definitely very pro-Chelsea from Matt Law. It appears. Well, you either know that or you don't, Matt. This is what bugs me. If you know it, Matt, get off the damn fence and say it. If you don't know it, you're a spoofer. Do you know what I mean? It looks as if, well, it either is or it isn't, mate. You either know or you don't know. Like, have Liverpool made their move too late? If they have, then why are you on the fence? This is what gets me about these journalists. If you know something we don't, say it. If you don't, shut the fuck up. If the deal falls through, it shows we have the money. Who do they go for next? They've played their hand and teams are going to want silly money. I agree with one of our friends earlier on who said the Florentino Luis kid from Benfica would be one I'd look at. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. We have almost 9,000 people in the live chat right now. If even half of you guys haven't subscribed, then you hit that subscribe button. You could be really, really helping us on our march to 200,000 subscribers. So please do hit the button. It's been a crazy night. We've been streaming about an hour and 36 minutes now. Somebody gifted subs. Dan Bolton, thank you very much, mate. You've gifted 5 Anfield Agenda memberships. Unbelievable, mate. Thank you. They've gone to NPalf, to 16slasher, to CDRN, Natasha Shepherd, and to Dave Ebbage. Thank you so much, mate. Appreciate you. What do I make of this? I'm scared. I've said it all night, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm scared because I'm scared of what this looks like for us as a fan base if we lose out on Caicedo. Because Lavia all of a sudden becomes nowhere near as attractive, right? Let's be honest about it. If we're looking for Lavia, and we would have been very happy with Lavia, but then you say, hang on a minute, Caicedo's available and we're willing to go to 100 million. If you lose out on Caicedo then and he makes his decision to go to Chelsea, then it's a big downer, right? It's a big, big downer, and Lavia just does not look as appealing. And it looks worse again on the owners. Like, why do we wait so long if you were that really interested in Caicedo? Why do we allow Chelsea to do all this groundwork? It is a very tricky evening, and that's why we've been honest all night and said we don't know. We're waiting like everybody else to see what is happening. All we can do is bring you guys the news as quick as it comes in and ask you your opinion. Rachel Todd, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC, Rachel. Appreciate you. So the poll is still running. What have we got on it? 4,000 votes so far. Who would you rather, Caicedo or Rice? And it's pretty straightforward. 83% have said that they would prefer Moises Caicedo over Declan Rice. I'm going to end that poll, and if there's any other polls you'd like us to continue with, let me know in the chat. Tchouaméni, baby, if we don't get Caicedo. Look, for Tchouaméni, firstly, he'd have to be available from Real Madrid. And what I've seen today from Mbappe is that he's not going anywhere this summer. Mbappe's apparently absolutely 100% digging his heels in and wants to see out his contract, even if it means he sits on the bench. So I don't know if Real Madrid are going to be willing to listen to offers for Tchouaméni when they could probably know that they're going to get him for free, or at least on a pre-contract in January. And for free, obviously, there'd be a huge signing on fee there, but it wouldn't cost Real Madrid 200 or 300 million. JC Galvanil said, I haven't been this excited over a transfer since we got Suarez. I'm trying to think, has there ever been Van Dijk? I think Van Dijk. Because I'm not going to lie, when we signed Suarez, I didn't know all that much about him, in all honesty. But when we signed Van Dijk, I thought, what? Bid accepted, question mark? Okay, I'm going to need this. 1 second. 1 sec. So this same dude, Jimmy McCann, and I don't know who he is, but the Anfield Talk have reposted this. He said, Bid accepted. Tonight, Liverpool have had a bid accepted for Moises Caicedo. Brighton have now communicated this to Chelsea, who will now need to either match the bid or go for Lavia. Player potentially will have a decision to make. Seems a no-brainer to me that he should choose Liverpool. I hope that's true. And if I'm him, I'd choose Liverpool because I think it's a safer bet. I think it's the more stable option. You've got a manager who's been in here, 7 years? You've got a midfield who's been refreshed. You've got a team that have a history of winning stuff. You're at least in Europe where Chelsea aren't. Right now, I don't know who that dude is, by the way. Let me make that very clear. Anfield Talk, I have a lot of respect for. Anfield Talk, I have plenty of time for. But they're the ones who retweeted that. So I truly don't know. Klopp and Alexis have been on Zoom together, said Rachel. I hope so. And look, everybody in the chat that's saying, I don't believe it. I'm not going to mock you over that. I absolutely understand your skepticism. You're right to be skeptical. We've had our fingers burned before. We're back over 9,000 live viewers, by the way. So do keep hitting that subscribe button. Drop a like on the video. And of course, again, thank you. So our guys are saying to me that this guy called Timber, Rice and Havertz to Arsenal all correctly. The same guy that's saying that Liverpool have had the bid accepted. So obviously has a little bit of form here. We're getting some stuff right. Does the season hinge on this move? I don't know, but let me say this, David. The possibility of us being at the top end of the table challenging, like for the number 1 spot, hinges on this move. Us being a Champions League club again, probably whoever we bring in a DM will get us to that position with the signings we've had. But I think if we sign this kid, we're in a title battle. That much I truly believe. Cool. All the latest news has been added to the rolling highlights on screen. So on the bottom here, just below me, you can see right down there. Whoop, there we go. Down there, you can see all the news as well. These graphics are being updated by the guys in the background, which, again, thank you so much to the team behind the scenes for all of their tremendous work in getting us ready for the season and getting these graphics sorted out and keep me up to date with what's going on. And thank you to you guys again. It's truly been an incredible night so far. I just need to check one thing on my phone. 9.1k. Oh my god. I'm actually scared. Like, can we get 500 more subscribers to get us to 188? Hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and let's see if we can break our record here and get us to 188. Did we get him? The reports are that the bid's been accepted. I cannot say in a good conscience that I can say 100% that that's correct. All I can tell you is what has been reported. Once we get a Fabrizio or a Paul Joyce or Melissa Reddy, once we get a confirmation from one of those that the 100 million bid has been accepted, then maybe we can get a bit more excited. What's the record? The Super League will be the record. We've never had above 10,000 viewers, I don't think. I think the Super League was our record. Brian LFC USA is in the house. How are we, Brian? LX Torres, thank you for becoming a Anfield Agenda Ultras member. Brian straight in with the $49.99 super chat. I'm glad to hear you got home. For those of you who don't know, our friend in the chat, Brian LFC USA, lives in Boston and flew all the way over to meet myself and Connor and our families at the live show in Dublin. We went out for dinner with Brian and his brother the next night as well in Dublin City Centre. And I cannot tell you how humbling that is to know that that man travelled all the way across just to come and meet little old us. And there he is in there now saying, get it fucking done, FSG. And thank you for your super chat as always, Brian. Thank you for your support of the channel, mate. Somebody else in our chat as well has over one. Einaber, how are we? Dude has over 1 million subs. I mean, thank you, dude, for gracing us. You know, it's always great to see the big guns in. Appreciate your support, my man. Let's see if we can get an opinion from this esteemed colleague. Where is he? I'm trying to scroll back up, man. I'm not used to my chat moving this quickly. But yeah, I never. How are we? Nice to have you in, my friend. We're being graced by the big guns. Imagine having 1 million subscribers. I mean, firstly, dude, what does that feel like? What does it feel like? And what was it like when you got the gold plaque? Because I know what it meant to me when we got the silver one. I can only imagine what it means to get the gold one. But again, thank you for coming in with us. Hope you're all right. Hope life is treating you well. It must be fucking treating you well. You know what I mean? You're a 1 million sub YouTuber. He said, "Dream on, Craig. Is the dream on?" I thought he said dream on. I was thinking, oh, is the dream on? I don't know, dude, but I'm dreaming. I'm dreaming. I'm dreaming. So will we stay on? Will we carry on streaming? I mean, you've asked me, my friend. Nabber, there you are. I said, do you think we'll get it done? I mean, I think we're in a good position, dude. Like, if it comes down to the player, you know, if I'm him, I think Liverpool's a more stable club. What do you think? Do you think we'll get it done? Are you letting yourself dream, mate? Morgan, thank you, mate. Appreciate you for becoming a member. Anfield Agenda Ultras. Right, what else have we got? Oh my God. Stay on, yeah. Okay, we'll stay on. I was wondering why the chat went that quick. I was like, Jesus, what's all happened here? Yeah, we stay on. We'll stay on. Don't worry. I'm trying to just refresh my brain for a second here and play catch up with what's actually going on here. So for those of you coming in a bit late, what can we fill you in? Well, Paul Joyce has said that FSG are willing to sanction a £100 million bid for Caicedo if the player wants to come. Bill Brush, welcome to Anfield Agenda Ultras. Nabber said, I think I'm too scared by FSG, mate. But given how quick this has all moved, I think it's a 50% chance. So Nabber, Connor, the other half of our channel, said to me, I said before we went live, there's no way this is a PR stunt. But he said to me that it's very similar to what happened with Dominic Szoboszlai. And you know what? He's kind of right. We moved quick and we got it done quick. So I guess we'll know soon enough. But thank you for your input and thank you for coming in and joining us as well, mate. Appreciate you. How long are we staying on today? I mean, I'm here for as long as required. That's basically the answer. I think it's safe to say there probably won't be a video going out in the next 20 minutes or so, but we're going to stay live till we find out what's going on. So we'll have more at 10:30, by the way. Some of the newspaper stories at 10, some of them at 10:30. So again, we'll get more stuff. Craig, it's late and you don't look tired at all. Your excitement has fueled me. Well, it isn't late to me, because anyone that knows that and about me knows that I'm a night owl. Like, I only get up at like 3. So to me, this is lunchtime. Do you know anything on the Anfield Road stand? So yes, it's going to be opened in phases. So they have to get the license, obviously, from Liverpool City Council, the safety certificate. So it's going to be done in stages. The lower tier, obviously, is going to be opened first, and then they're going to increase it gradually. I think, if my memory is right, the club have said they hope to have everything open by October. Bid is submitted, yeah. That's what's been reported. Oh, lads, I'm scared. I'm scared but excited. Yeah. I'm scared but excited. Imagine it happens. Imagine. Lads, Caicedo, McAllister and Szoboszlai. It's like Mila Kunis, Katie Holmes, and I'm about to throw in my wife so I don't get in trouble. Do you know what I mean? That's the level we're working on here, potentially. Like, it could be a league title on the cards here, and that's how serious this could be. Craig is coming. I'm not a million miles away. Now, the big news is, I'm not wearing socks right now. I'm barefooted. Gask, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC, mate. Appreciate you. Something fishy is going on, said 7up. It's a bit weird that we've left it this late. That much I will say. Like, to go from, we allowed Chelsea all summer to work on Caicedo, and then all of a sudden now we're interested, like right at the last minute. But we know we've had success acting this way before. Ooh, Katie Holmes. Oh, she was, for me, like, I have, you know what, everyone has a wifey list and a husband list where you have 3 people you're allowed to cheat with? Stacey Dooley, Katie Holmes and Mila Kunis is my list. Sabrina's list, I don't really care because there'll be, yeah. This is not going to happen, is it? I mean, why would she cheat on this? Do you know what I mean? Why? Even with the pass. Do you think we're going to be going for Caicedo now and then Andre in January? So, on Andre's situation, Fluminense progressed to I think it's the quarterfinals of the Copa Libertadores last night, beating Argentinos Juniors on aggregate. So, makes it more difficult to get him out because they want to keep him there and see how far they can go in that competition. That's their Champions League, like. So, I think January is probably more likely for him, unless, again, you pay a real premium. Sabrina's list: Brad Pitt, George Clooney and Paul the Plumber from down the road. You forgot the 2 Johnnies in there. Yeah, I found my wife. No, only Irish people will get that, by the way. Sorry. Take a breath, man. Take a breath. Great channel, said Kim. Thank you. Kim, I say the same thing. I'm fortunate to have a community that I have. It's you guys that make the channel. You could be watching anybody, but you're here with us, you're sharing your thoughts, you're showing the love, and I'm so appreciative for it. Yeah. Sabrina, yeah. What about this Paul the Plumber fella? Paul the Plumber, have you anything to tell me? Paul the Plumber from down the road. Don't act like you don't know. The chat knows.
Do they?
Yeah.
So why is me stink still blocked?
Well, we did.
I think I'd get the services, like.
We did the. You'll get a service, love. Don't you worry about that. We did the 3 I'm allowed to cheat on you with: Stacey Dooley, Katie Holmes, Mila Kunis. They're the 3. Okay. I mean, they did ask what your 3 was, but it doesn't really matter because you can't improve on excellence. Do you know what I mean? Nobody else could disappoint you in 13 seconds like me. Whoops! Did it? We had a 1 million YouTuber in our chat. Yes, Serena, I've no socks, correct. They know I've no socks. I'm very forthright about this. We had a 1 million YouTuber in our chat. What's a 1 million YouTuber? It's a motherfucker with 1 million subscribers, is what it is, love. Something you'll never be married to. Have a Guinness on me, said Kangle. Thank you, mate. Right now we've 9,150 people in the live chat. And my wife is suddenly looking at a new kitchen.
I'm not.
You're not really. But why are you naked?
I'm not.
You are, though.
Yeah, because I walk around the house when there's children around. No. Yeah.
Our daughter has COVID, by the way. But I'm still undefeated. I'm the only one in our house that's still undefeated from COVID. Everybody else has failed. Humans. Twitch or Anfield? Twitch or YouTube? YouTube. Definitely YouTube. We wouldn't have never, ever, ever seen these numbers on Twitch. Mina Kunis and Megan Fox is all Ash needs for his list. Someone saying deal done. Don't be doing this to me. Am I still FSG out? Yes. And so's the chat. Most interesting. We ran a poll earlier on where we said, if we get this done, are you still FSG in or out? And 84% were still FSG out. So, yes, definitively still FSG out. George Gonzalez, thank you for the super chat. Can you put some ribbons on the European Cup behind you, please, Craig? I mean, I'm sure the graphics guys can sort that. Hang on, more stuff coming in. Liam Sarant, thank you, buddy, for your super chat. Brian got home safe anyway because he popped in with a super chat a while ago. LFC USA, so he got home safe. 6 minutes till an Ornstein bomb. Yes, don't go anywhere. 10:30 is when the rest of the newspaper stuff comes out. So don't be going anywhere. We're now seeing Ben Jacobs tweet somebody saying, are you just there for any other reason other than distracting me? And you're definitely naked. I don't care what anybody else hears.
You can't hear me tits hitting off the floor. So.
Why is there a cucumber on the table?
Shut up. Goodbye.
Now that I'm famous, I got holes all around me.
You're not fucking posting on.
Damn right, I'm not. If Liverpool sign Caicedo for 100 million, will you be happy with this summer's activity? Is the latest poll. Work away. Davino said, hey Craig, let's hope we get this deal done. Here's $5 towards the cheesecake fund. I think it might be for divorce at this point, mate. Do you know what I mean? I'm defo on the sofa. Don't care though if I'm on the sofa with Caicedo, if you get me. If we get this deal done, how on earth can we be FSG out? We brag about how little we spend compared to other clubs and then complain about it as well. Let me just... It's a fair question. And I'm not going to ridicule you, but I'm going to give you my answer. So, for me, everything they did post-Super League is irrelevant. They can do good things that I'll acknowledge, and I will absolutely acknowledge if we get this done. But how can we be FSG out? I think we can be, because why did we get to this point? Why did we get a midfielder last summer? Why did we go through a season where we were playing catch-up and we didn't have the best chance to go and get things sorted? So I hear what you're saying, and I will certainly put a little bit more in the pro column, but it wouldn't change my stance, in all honesty, because the Super League thing was it for me. Being willing to sell our heritage, being willing to sell the tradition of how we consume sport and football for money, no, that was it for me. But I appreciate your point. If we humiliate Chelsea by stealing this transfer, what kind of reaction, if any, will we see from them Sunday? Wah! Wah! That's pretty much what I'm expecting. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, other than the anthem of Chelsea, 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 Chelsea. You know that anthem of a song of theirs. Should we go for Simican? He's cheap, can play right back and centre back. Do you know who else can play right back? Caicedo, as well as in central midfield. I don't know who he is, in all honesty, so I can't say if we should sign him or not, Jacob, but thank you for your super chat. 9,344. Will we break the 10k barrier? These are numbers that scare me. I honestly think we'll be challenging if this deal goes through, said Mark Cleary. So do I. I think, Mark, this could be the difference between us maybe having a title challenge or not. I mean, anybody else that comes in, I don't think would potentially have as big an impact. But if you get Caicedo, McAllister and Szoboszlai as your midfield rebuild with Jones, Elliott, Bajcetic, Thiago still there at present as well. I mean, whoo-wee. Thuram and Lavia or Caicedo? The answer is going to be Caicedo, mate, because we did Lavia and a centre-back or Caicedo, and it romped away home for Caicedo. Is Caicedo a CDM? So he can play in a 6, he can play in an 8, he can play in a full-back position, as we've seen. If we signed him, I would fully expect him to play as a CDM, yes. Sorry, I'm just trying to play catch-up here. Currently watching Goodfellas and Anfield Agenda. I mean, that's a go combination if ever I've heard one. Omega said, to be honest, was hoping we get Thuram maybe in January. I mean, I'd love Thuram, but like tonight is Caicedo night. Tonight's red panty night, my friend. Right, we are getting close to that 10:30. So let's wait and see what happens with the 10:30 newspaper stories. We will, of course, keep you up to date with anything that breaks. This, remember, it wasn't Liverpool, it wasn't me, it was the media that said Brighton want this resolved tonight. Have we sent in 100 million bid yet? So, Elias, I believe the answer is it's down to the player right now. If the player shows that he wants to come to Liverpool, we will pay the money. If the player says he wants to go to Chelsea, it looks like Chelsea will pay the money now. So both clubs apparently are willing to pay the 100 million. There's probably some differences on how that 100 million will be structured. Some of them may be more or less favourable to Brighton, but the general consensus seems to be that it's going to come down to the player's decision. And that worries me a bit, because Chelsea have put the groundwork in. They have spent the summer tickling his balls. We haven't. But we're far more stable as a club. We've got a manager that's been here 7 or 8 years. We've got a clear direction that we're going with the rebuild that we've done. It's been a strategic, well thought out rebuild if Caicedo comes in, rather than Chelsea's approach, which has seen them spend a lot of money, but it's been a very scattergun approach. So if you're Caicedo, do you opt for the stability of Liverpool and knowing the manager you're going to work with at least for the next 3 years? Or do you roll the dice, go to Chelsea and hope Pochettino's still there in 6 months? It's a fair question. Caicedo wouldn't get any playing time at Chelsea. Well, it's a fair question to ask with the Enzo Fernandez signing. What would happen? Because, there's only so many places on a football pitch. Are we linked to any left-footed centre-backs? So we don't necessarily need to bring in a left-footed centre-back. Don't think of it that's the be-all and end-all. It's a left-sided centre-back. Left-footed would be great, don't get me wrong. But we've been linked with Ignacio, and he still has a €45 million release clause in his contract at Sporting. But it's been quiet, you're right. I can't sit here and tell you definitively that I know who we're looking for. I don't. We've seen Per Schurz, we've seen Mark Gay from Crystal Palace. Right, here comes some news coming through now. 1 second. Right, so this is coming from a guy called Carlos Reynoso. It said, offer of Liverpool of €115 million for Caicedo. It would become the most expensive signing in Liverpool history. The Ecuadorian is in London, and the most recent reports indicate that he's changed his position and will accept Liverpool's proposal. I'm going to repeat this again for those of you who've just dropped your jaw. Let me repeat. So this gentleman, and let me tell you what he's related to first. He works for, oh God, this is in Spanish. So he's got 78,000 followers. He works for outlets like Cracks_official, EA at 2K. Let me just go through another one. So he said, offer from Liverpool of €115 million, which is about £100 million, for Caicedo would become Liverpool's most expensive signing in their history. This person goes on to say that the Ecuadorian is currently in London, and the most recent reports indicate that he has changed his position and will accept Liverpool's proposal. Cake and pie, cake and pie. Lads, if that's true, Mike, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC. Like, it does give me a little bit more belief that this is coming from a Spanish-speaking account. So this person's master in soccer management, creator of KC Sports. Look, I don't know. Like, a lot of us are learning on the fly with this one, but wow, we're at 9,900, nearly at the 10. Oh my God, we're nearly at 10k viewers. Do please hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, my friends. You could change our lives here. Wow. But just to reiterate for those coming in, the report is Liverpool have submitted the 100 million offer, and that the player has changed his position and wants to come to Liverpool, according to this report from Carlos Reynoso. Take it with a pinch of salt until we get it from somebody who we're used to. But right now, lads, this is this could be another title challenge. This is redunk. Like this, oh my God. Like, how could we suddenly have a window with Caicedo, McAllister and Szoboszlai, lads? Like, how could that be possible? Am I right in saying we're title challengers if this gets over the line? 9,996 people. We've nearly hit the 10k mark. Brian has sent in another $50 super chat, and Brian said, what happens if Caicedo doesn't happen? Goodness help my sanity. I'm too old for this shy. We've gone over 10,000. Oh my God, I've never seen that many numbers. 10,053 people in the live chat right now. What happens if we don't get him? Heartache is the answer, Brian. Heartache. But from the club's perspective, I don't know what the next move would be. I truly don't. I'm scrolling back up because I missed it. Sky Sports said an hour ago that we're willing to break our record. Paul Joyce has said the same. Wow. Thank you guys so much for being here with us tonight. 10,000 people in the live chat for Little Ol' Us. If you haven't hit the sub button, please do. It's an unbelievable night, and I'm humbled, I'm honoured, I'm proud, but I'm also excited because we don't know if this is. I mean, look, I'm gonna get a poll, of course. We need a poll, of course we do. Get Newland out for 10k. We don't have him in this scene, mate. I would get Newland out, but we don't have him in this OBS scene. I'm gonna get a poll on the go. 1 second. I'm gonna get a new poll on the go because I feel like we need one here. Yeah. There's a question for the chat. If we sign Caicedo in this window, are we title challengers? Yes or no? Straightforward poll. Over to you guys. Laser Sharp, thank you. Brighton, Chelsea and Liverpool want the Caicedo situation fully resolved by Friday. Well, they wanted it resolved by tonight, earlier on. So let's see what happens. New guy said I'm slightly emotional here. Yeah, so we do have a new guy on Team Anfield Agenda. We're a trio at the minute. There's myself, Connor, and the new guy. And the new guy is the guy responsible for building a new studio and some of the graphics you're seeing. And it's a big night for us all. Because, you know, we're on the Little Anfield Agenda. And 10,000 people are here with us. Opinion on Edson Alvarez, he's gone. Cheap on a proper CDM. Well, he's joined West Ham, mate. And it's a good signing for West Ham. Love you so much, Craig. Thank you, Jacob. Appreciate it. Your best ever stream, said Stephen. Mate, it's just a mad day. Like, these are the days we live for as football fans. Sometimes, yeah, it's the hope that kills you. Inabber said the journal reporting it is followed by Fabrizio. So, hello, Inabber. I mean, let me just make you a mod so I can see your comments easier. Let me do that first. 1 second. So let me add you as a mod, mate, just so I can see your comments easier. I never said the journal report and it's followed by Fabrizio, which is a very, very good sign. So for those of you who don't know what we're speaking about, news came in. How long ago was this? What time is this posted at? News came in about 7 minutes ago. And it said, Liverpool have offered €115 million for Moises Caicedo, which is about £100 million. It would become the most expensive signing in Liverpool's history if it goes through. The Ecuadorian is in London and the most recent reports indicate that he has changed his mind and he will accept Liverpool's proposal. Why wouldn't he? I mean, who wouldn't want the club hug? Craig, if we do get Moyes, why do I see Brighton going straight in for Lavia as a player under De Zerbi? He could thrive. Love you. Thank you, Jordan. So, right. Brighton have... Who was it Brighton have been in for? Who was it Brighton put in a bid for this week? There was some midfielder they put in a bid for, and now it's escaped me at the minute. Do I see them going for Lavia? No, I don't see them paying that much money. I think Brighton will feel like they could unearth a gem elsewhere. So I don't see them spending that much money on Lavia. But there was somebody else they were in for. I can't remember who it was. Lucas Fairfield, mate, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC. Don't forget, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do. I'm going to do a check here. We're only 70 subscribers away from 188k. So if you haven't hit the subscribe button, my friends, please do. Let's see if we can get to 188k on this amazingly mad stream. Kudus. Yes, this is why you guys should be in my seat. Yes, it was Kudus from Ajax. Good shout. Which will be a belter of a signing for them. You know, he'd be an excellent signing for Brighton. Imagine him under De Zerbi. That's nuts. I do agree with everyone, by the way, who was speaking about the bid for the Alvarez deal to West Ham. I think that's a cracking deal from West Ham. He's a damn good player. Do we ever go all in for players that have to be convinced to join? No, we don't, Dave. Usually if Liverpool get to this point, they've got an indication that the player's willing to make the move. And that's why I think we're all so excited. Because as Connor said to me earlier on, this was similar to what happened with Szoboszlai. It came around really quick. We moved really quick and got it done. So, wow. Let's see what the poll is saying. So I simply asked you, and we've had 3,500 votes on it. If we sign Caicedo, are we title challengers? 81% say yes, 19% so far saying no. Hoping the best, expecting the worst for Caicedo. Are you going to drop the bomb or not? Couldn't help it, mate. You gave me the lyric. I had to go with it. Forever Young, by the way, just in case you're trying to figure out the song. Right, let me just check into my WhatsApp. Lost in the World said Caicedo is so good, so many areas that he negates the need for another centre-back this window. His underlying numbers are insane and he will get help with the press and ball retention. As I said earlier on though, mate, regardless of anything else, just imagine if we end up this window and our midfield rebuild is Dominic Szoboszlai, Alexis McAllister, the Irish sensation, and Caicedo. That is a rebuild that if any of you said to me 6 weeks ago that was possible, I would have probably banned you for being lunacy. I would have slapped you with a wet fish if possible. But minimum, definitely a tango hand. But it looks like it is potentially possible. What's this? Chelsea have to at least equal or better the offer from Liverpool for Caicedo. Brighton want to close this as soon as possible. The offer for Chelsea from Romeo Lavia was rejected. I did mention that to you guys earlier on. It said crucial hours, so this looks like it's carrying on. I'm trying to just check something here from the Times. Bear with me. So the Times have just tweeted, Liverpool likely to follow up with a bid for Caicedo and their hopes of pulling off a club record transfer rest on the Ecuadorian having a change of heart over a potential move. This is uncharted territory for us. New poll. After buying Caicedo, should we get another right back and move Trent further forward? I don't think we need to, because we have two young right backs in Conor Bradley and Calvin Ramsey. Calvin Ramsey, of course, on loan this season at Preston, but Conor Bradley is going to stay, from what I understand, sign the new 3-year contract with Liverpool and be part of the first team squad. And I think that's the right call, because I really, really like Conor Bradley. But we'll get another poll up in a minute. Let's check in on the other one. 4,000 votes so far. If we sign Caicedo, are we title challengers? 80% saying yes, 20% saying no. FSG still out. We ran that poll earlier on, mate, and it was a landslide in favour of FSG still out at 84%. I mean, I'm going to do another poll now, right? I'm going to ask a very straightforward question for this one, because I'm doing the same poll I did earlier on, because I want to see if you've changed your opinion. Right, this question is simply, will we get Caicedo? Yes or no? This is the one I'm very interested in seeing. Will we get him, yes or no? Someone saying Chelsea now favourites. Really? The bookie said otherwise. Again, if you're going to put in Chelsea now favourites, give us the follow-up to why you think that's the case. Right, what else we got? I take Mikel Antonio at Liverpool. Well, I like Mikel Antonio as a lad and a player, but I don't think we need him at Liverpool, to be fair. Craig Holden, the local baker, to order a large humble pie. Not a fucking bit of it. Why would I be giving a humble pie? I'm still FSG out. One signing doesn't change my opinion, mate. So there'll be no humble pie to me. I'm still standing over. I want them gone. The Super League was the end of this scenario for me. So I won't be eating any fucking humble pie regarding the owners. John W. Henry's still a spoofer, in my opinion. And look, as you know, I'm a man who's not afraid to eat a pie. Look at me. I'll walk the walk on that one. Caicedo, 100 million is too much. 100% will overpay. I've said that all night. If we pay 100 million for Caicedo, we're going to overpay. But that doesn't mean it's not a good signing. One, we're potentially stopping Chelsea from getting him. Two, we're strengthening our midfield above what we would have done with Lavia. Three, he's versatile, can play in a 6, an 8 or a fullback. So, yeah, for me it's if we pull it off. And it all hinges on if we pull it off. Again, to those that have hit the subscribe button, thank you. Let's keep pushing it on. You guys are absolutely amazing. I feel like I need to take a drink and just catch a breath for a second. Yes, Sean. Sean said the account that tweeted about the €150 million offer is followed by Fabrizio. Yes, somebody else was kind enough to point that out to us earlier on. Koba is asking about Trinidad. So last night, Fluminense qualified for the next round of the Copa Libertadores. I think it's the quarterfinal. So that makes it more difficult to get him out unless you pay a premium. They would ideally want that deal to be done in January. So I think if we get Caicedo, it buys us a bit more wiggle room. But it can't be the last signing of the summer. It can't be. If we get Caicedo in, we still need a centre back at least. Opinions on Jamie Webster. A gentleman, a fantastic talent, somebody who I've been lucky enough to interview on a couple of occasions. I've met him as well at one of the Boss Night gigs. What I would say is if you ever get a chance to attend a Boss Night gig, do it. They're fantastic. They're very well run. The team at Boss Nights are sound. And Jamie Webster is a top lad. So, now, I do have one small criticism of Jamie. And it is a tiny one because I love him and he's brilliant. He needs a haircut. He does need a haircut. Klopp presser at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Yeah, well, you have about as much hope of me showing up for that 10 a.m. Klopp press conference tomorrow. Mate, do you know what I mean? I will be fast asleep. I'll have done my hard work tonight. Love the contents of Dino. Thank you, mate. I mean, it'd be nice to just get a conclusion, wouldn't it? He wants one or the other. It would be nice to get that this evening. Get rid of the water bottle. It looks classless. The fuck? It's a bottle of water, dude. You're overthinking it. It looks classless. It's a bottle of water. Am I sitting here swigging a Bud Light or a Heineken? I'm sitting here drinking a bottle of water, for Christ's sake. You guys find the weirdest things to moan about. A bottle of water looks classless. Okay, dude. Of all the things that I do, sitting here in a hoodie and shorts, that's the line? Caicedo played with McAllister, so the chemistry in midfield's already there. I also believe those two players are the main reason Brighton did so well last season. Add them to our front line and wow, said JC Galvanil. Yes, exactly. Thoughts on Paqueta to City? That they're... I think... let's start off. Get your words, Craig. Use your words. I think the money they've offered is lunacy. But I also know that they wanted Szoboszlai William. And we got him. And I said this way before we were interested in Szoboszlai. I said this 6, 7, 8 weeks ago. That somebody told me that Manchester City were looking at Szoboszlai as a De Bruyne long-term replacement. Now, nobody's probably ever going to fill them De Bruyne shoes because he's a superstar. He's a very special player. But they wanted him. We got him. And now they've had to go to Paqueta. And I would say, as good a player as Paqueta is, and he's a solid player, we've got the better deal again. FSGO said it's an outrage, Craig. Whitehammer said 5 midfielders out and 3 in, but a big improvement. Definitely an improvement. And if we got Caicedo in, the minutes that we'd be gaining, because the midfielders we lost, Henderson was going to have limited game time, Milner again limited game time, Keita, enough said, Oxlade-Chamberlain again very few minutes. So yes, we lost bodies, but the actual minutes that we lost, I think we've added a lot more versatility and a lot more reliability. And we've players with a lot less miles on the clock as well. You know, these midfielders, even the ones we currently definitely have, Szoboszlai, McAllister, Jones, Elliott, you're talking, what, the oldest of them, 24? So it's just been... It could be amazing. Like, it's good, but it could be amazing if this gets done. Robert Cosby, thank you, buddy, for the super chat. Taylor said Justin deal is done. I mean, I'm waiting. If I get a notification from my guys, oh, Lee Gunners in the WhatsApps as well. Lee, how are we? I'm going to send him a voice note back. Lee, this is scary to me, dude. We 10,000 in earlier on. I'm still live right now. Shout out to Lee Gunner, who's a good friend of mine as well. And thank you, dude. Much love to you as always. Lads, this is nuts. This is crazy. Like, what's going on here tonight is absolutely insane. Not when I got up today, there's no way I thought we were going to be in this scenario where we're potentially realistically looking at getting Caicedo. I missed the super chat apparently. 1 second. Let me scroll back up. Done that one, done that one, done that one, done that one. Done that one, done that one, done that one, done that one, done that one. I'm scrolling back up. Sorry, dude, I don't know where that super chat has gone. Loved seeing you in Dublin, Craig, but there was one question I wanted to ask for centre-back Nacho Fernandez. Also, when we next meet, drinks are on me. Nacho from Real Madrid, is that the same Nacho we're thinking about? We've never bought a player from Real Madrid, so I don't think that's going to change. Thank you, by the way, for coming down to meet us in Dublin. It was an amazing night for me afterwards. I love the bit afterwards where we just had the conversations, the photos and stuff. That was amazing for me. So if I have missed a super chat from somebody, I am truly sorry, but it's moving crazy tonight. I know you love this one, Craig, but I'm sorry to keep hanging you on, but perfect summer is Darwin out and a right back in. Why Darwin out? Why is Darwin out a perfect summer? I don't get it. Like, Darwin needs to be given time. Like, he scored 14 goals in his first season. Would you have called Mane or Suarez a failure? Because that was their numbers in the first campaign. I think maybe one of them scored one more than that. But I'm not willing to write him off yet. And I certainly wouldn't be selling him to bring in a right back when we've got two very good young right backs in Connor Bradley and in in, what's the dude's name that we send off to Preston? Calvin Ramsey. Caicedo is like Milner with his versatility. Yes. Kathy Hilburn, thank you for the super chat, my friend. Really appreciate your support. I don't get the selling Darwin thing. Honestly, it was Gakpo at first people were giving out about. I don't get it. So the question that I asked earlier on was, will we get Caicedo? And 62% so far have said yes, we will get him. 38% saying no. I'm going to keep the poll open. It's nearly at 4,500 votes. Again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you are new to the channel, folks. It's been a crazy night where we've had lots of ups and downs. According to Matt Law, Chelsea is out of the race. Is that true? So, hang on. Matt Law, not an hour ago, was saying that they were winning the race. Now, all of a sudden, Matt Law is potentially saying that they're out of the race? I mean, I can't be the only one who's nearly pitching a tent, right? I can't be. I'm trying to get confirmation from the lads behind the scenes here on this one. But if anybody can fill me in on the Matt Law stuff, please do. Iola Messi, thank you for your super chat. You didn't put a comment in, but thank you for sharing, bud. Mad love, thank you as well, Radu. Appreciate you. It's fake. Yeah, it did make sense to me, because why would he say one thing an hour ago and then go back on it when it's about to be published? So it would make sense. It did make sense to me when he said it, but is that the real Matt Law? Is that the real account? Can we get confirmation on that? Because one of my guys just messaged me to say, Chelsea have tonight pulled out of the race to sign Moises Caicedo. They've agreed a fee for Romeo Lavia. Structure still to be discussed. Matter of formalities. It's a fake account. Yeah, it's a fake account. Grand. Just double checking. Yeah, it's a fake account. It's a fake account, so don't worry about that. Fake. This is what we're here for. Yeah, fake account. Yeah, that's the fake one. Because the fake one has TG at the end, and the real one has, what's the real one have on the end of it? DT on the end, so it's fake. I mean, my chief mod sending me a voice note. I can't listen to a voice note midstream, dude. Is Caicedo still on? As we sit here, yes, we've gone back over 10,000 viewers, by the way. So again, don't forget, please do hit that subscribe button, folks. I call that a spoofer. It was a fake account, that one. Are we still likely to bid for Lavia? So the stance on Romeo Lavia from Liverpool was not that we didn't have the money. It's apparently, and I'm only telling you what was reported today, that we didn't think it was a fair valuation. So I think we'll all say okay if we get Caicedo. If we don't, oh yeah, Mark, we know it's fake. Yeah, no, it's definitely fake. I got the lads told me that in the WhatsApp here. Neil said, good morning, brother. Surely you've a shot of something to celebrate Caicedo and your world record stream. I mean, the stream dude is blowing my mind, Neil, to be honest with you. I don't know why we've grown as much as we have since we've jumped back across, but I'm infinitely grateful for the support, and I'll just continue trying to do my best to not let you guys down. But yeah, with regards to that, a shot of something, well, I won't have a shot of something, but I'll have a toke of something. Is that okay? Because I'm not a drinker. I don't do drinking, but I do herbal relief. Brighton's relationship with Chelsea gives me hope. Well, we've got a good relationship with Brighton, obviously after the McAllister situation. You didn't read out my 5 quid super chat. Dude, I'm so sorry. Let me go back through it. I'm playing catch up as quick as I can, mate, and I've missed some super chats tonight. There's no doubt about it. I'm going to scroll back up to see if I can still find it. But, dude, if you want to just put it in as a normal comment, lash a burger beside it, I promise you I'll read it again. I'm so sorry I missed your super chat. That's on me. What do you think about Amrabat? I think he's a very solid player. I think Liverpool were rebuffed from what I can gather in January. And United are the only club that I know that have been interested this summer from an English perspective. And again, Matthew, I am so sorry I missed your super chat, but just lash it in with burgers beside it, mate, as a normal comment, and I promise you I'll read it out. Craig, ye stoner, ye. Look, I won't lie. It's been, it's how I've managed my anxiety over the years, and it works for me. So, you'll sir. Why do you think I go to Spain on holidays all the time, where I can go and get it in a club? Who would you rather sign, Lavia or Caicedo, said Shaw's Army. Oh, mate, 100% Caicedo. Look, I would have been happy with Lavia, don't get me wrong, but I'd have been 100%. Caicedo's a much better signing in every level. In our system, with the fullback cover, it's just a better signing for us. But we haven't done it yet. It's all just possibilities at this point. We have to get the deal done. I'm still keeping an eye out for Matt's comment because I really do feel bad that I missed it. So I'm trying my best to keep an eye out for Matt to make sure if he puts it back in another comment I have it read from. Sanjay said Caicedo done. I don't believe that to be the case at this moment in time. We've had mixed reports. Craig, lovely bit of runts here, bud. See, I'm not lucky enough yet to get to the point where we can choose what we get. It's one of those you get what you're given kind of scenarios. I'm still looking out for Matt's comment here, and God, I hope I don't miss it again. Love you, Craig, said Skyro, thank you. Your networking says, hopefully Agent Milner's playing a part at Brighton end. Well, apparently Caicedo is in London. So, we have an office in London. It is important that I keep reminding people of that one. Again, I'm keeping an eye out for Matt's comment because, God, I feel bad that I missed it. That's Tom. Would you rather have Sobbit... Where's Tom's one gone? Would you rather have... Oh, where's it gone? Oh, there's Matt. Is that Matt's one? That's a different Matthew. What was the maximum we were willing to spend on Bellingham? I don't know. And I was always honest about that. I always said I don't know. My information that I get on these things is never from Liverpool's side. It's usually from the other side. So I don't know what they were willing to pay for him. But it feels weird that we'd pay 100 million for Caicedo and not for him. But as somebody said to me earlier on, it's a different landscape now. So with the signings we've made of Alexis McAllister and the signing that we made with Szoboszlai, Caicedo's a better fit right now. Now, I've got that super chat. Connor found it for me. We don't need all these new players. Sell Darwin and promote from the youth. Fed up with bypassing our academy players. 100 million is too much for them. That was Matthew's comment. So, let's break that down bit by bit. We don't need new players. The fuck we don't. We absolutely do, sir, with all due respect. Bypassing the academy. I don't think we are bypassing the academy. Look at the young players that we've given a chance to. We've given Conor Bradley a go in pre-season. We've seen the young centre-back Kwanzaa get a go in pre-season and do very well. Ben Doak has obviously been brought in and looks like he's about to make his mark on the team. Is 100 million too much? Yes. I'm not going to argue on that. It is too much, but it is what it is. I'd rather pay too much to get the player we want than miss out and have to make do. So I get it. But I would disagree on a big part of what you've said. We are certainly one of the few clubs who I think do try to give youth a chance. We've got another one in that's been loaned out, a right back. Obviously, we've got Carvalho, who's over in Leipzig now. I don't see him returning, in all honesty. Tyler Morton's coming back. Bajcetic has got his breakthrough and he's been in the first team for the end of last season. Kelleher came through as a young goalkeeper to get a chance, at least as number 2. So I do think we give options, but it's difficult for a Premier League manager at the top end of the table to be able to give these youngsters a chance. Is quick Caicedo bid fueled by a Klopp ultimatum? I don't know, Sigon, but my gut feeling on it is that Liverpool didn't want to pay the money for Lavia. And I feel like they knew that it was getting close with Chelsea and Caicedo. And they felt like it hasn't been done yet, so we still have a chance. And while they still have a chance, they've clearly made the move. Now, whether it works or not, I truly don't know. So we have 5,515 votes so far of will we get Caicedo. 61% say yes, 39% say no. Right, there was another super chat I wanted to scroll down to here. Where has it gone? CJM02 said, I'd be happy if we make this signing, but still need a centre-back to make sure we can have all those areas of the pitch covered. What are your opinions? Yes, we do need a centre-back, 100%, because I've got no faith in Matip and Gomez if one of our first centre-backs got injured to be able to play 25 or 30 games on the trot. And I also don't have faith in their ability at this moment in time either. So for me, ideally, yes, Caicedo and a centre-back is a bare minimum. Now, if it's not Caicedo, it has to be 2 midfielders and a centre-back. That's my take on it anyway. Do I feel bad for Lavia? No. He's still going to get a big move. Whether that's to Chelsea, Liverpool or back to Man City. He'll still end up proving that he's a top level player because, you know, nobody's going to be willing to pay that much money, potentially 50 million for a kid that isn't pretty good. So, I mean, I feel like maybe we've done him a bit dirty, yes. We should sell Matip or Gomez. Well, the thought process going into this window was that we were going to sell Matip. That's what, I want to say it was Neil Jones that was the first one to say that, because he had 1 year left on his deal. Joel Matip and Thiago are free to leave at the end of this coming season. Can anything change your opinion on FSG? No. 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 Is the short answer. What could happen is I'll be less vocal. So, we want a competitive team, mate. And if we get a competitive team, I think we all stay relatively quiet because we want to see the success. And that's what we want, right? So, nothing will change my mind on them, but I could certainly be made to be quieter on them, if you get me. Like, I've always been FSG out since the Super League. But I haven't always been proactive about it because sometimes you say, right, I'm FSG out, but I'm willing to give them an opportunity to put certain things right. So far, we've bid for a player. If we sign the £100 million player, I'd say, yeah, there's a good chance there's a bit of goodwill there. Craig, you've been on the beer on a school night. I don't drink, Stephen, so no, absolutely not. Have you heard that Crystal Palace are interested in Curtis Jones? They can stay interested because there's no way we're selling him. Chris Lawrence, thank you. Said Caicedo will 100% boost us, but still need more in. Yep. We need at least... Well, Klopp said he needs a defender. The manager himself said that. How long have we been on for? 2 hours and 40 minutes, just shy of now. I'm reading through more of your comments. What's the paper saying? Let me just get this open right now, actually. Oh, hang on. So, Jacob Steinberg has said, Liverpool are making a big push for Caicedo, but the expectation remains that Chelsea will get it done. Caicedo still wants to go to Chelsea. So, as far as I'm aware, he's very London-centric, right, as a journalist, if I'm not mistaken. So, again, we're getting loads of mixed things here. We get somebody from the Ecuador side to say Liverpool are have changed his mind. We're getting Jacob Steinberg here saying that he still wants Chelsea. So let's wait and see. Oh, we're getting more stuff being typed. 1 second. My son loves your show. Thank you. Appreciate that, Jess. I hope he's well. So yes, Jacob Stein is a London-based Guardian reporter. Brighton are using Liverpool to get them. No, that's not the case. That's not the case, in all honesty. I mean, look, again, people are reacting to give up. Don't give up yet. This is one journalist saying thinks Chelsea. I've shown you 2 that have said Liverpool. So, truly, I don't know. And that's what we've said all along, is we just don't know yet. We're 4-6 favourites. It's changing now. Apparently Chelsea 5-6, Liverpool evens. It depends where the money goes. That's what dictates the odds. It's not what they think is going to happen. It's where the money goes. My son wants you to sing Hey Jude. Honestly, Vernon, my voice right now is barely able to talk, let alone try and sing something. Thoughts on all of this? My thoughts on it are simple. If we fail, it's going to look bad. It's going to look bad on our owners. It's going to look bad on us as a club. And it's going to ask more questions about why do we leave it this late if he's a player that we clearly wanted? Why weren't we making this move months ago? So it is a high-risk strategy here from our owners. It is. If they don't get this right, I think the backlash will even intensify. Ari, thank you for your super chat. Said, I think Liverpool need to pay more than 100 million for Caicedo for being this late in the race. FSG won't pay, so Chelsea will get it. Well, that's not the case. The case is both clubs are putting in a 100 million offer. Chelsea 90 plus 10. I don't know what Liverpool's is structured as, but all the reports tonight have said it will come down to the player. Edwin said, greetings from California. Oh mate, I'd love to be over in Cali right now, getting some of that sunshine. It's not been a great summer here in Ireland. Who would you like to sign as a centre-back? Great stream. Thank you, King. Who would I like as a centre-back? I would have loved Colwill. I would have loved Guardiola. Both obviously not happening for various reasons. Silva from Benfica has been somebody I've heard great things about. Not convinced by Per Schurz. Unsure on Inacio because I haven't seen enough of him. Mark Gay from Palace, I would actually take. I think that would be a solid signing. Liverpool's is 95 plus 5, apparently, said Pat the Butcher. I'm truly just unsure still as to how this plays out. It's funny though. It is funny, MTK dude. It definitely is funny. How long are you staying on for? I'm not sure. I don't know when the safe time to end the stream is. No sunshine here. We're having a mild summer. But a mild summer is... I don't know if you're talking about in Cali. Over here, it's miserable. I bought a new barbecue and I haven't used it yet. Is Bellingham still available? No, mate. He's gone to Real Madrid, where they put that absolute nonsense story about him always worshipping Zidane, which is just crap. Don't forget, by the way, my friends, if you haven't yet hit that subscribe button, please do. We've done mad numbers tonight, and it's only because of your amazing support. Thank you. What time is it? So Ian Doyle, a bit late to the party here. Josh LFC said, Liverpool have formally entered into negotiations with Brighton for Moises Caicedo, and it is understood the player is open to joining Liverpool. That's from Ian Doyle Sport. I mean, he's very late to the party there. Palhinha, wasn't he injured in that pre-season game, Asim, for Fulham? I think he dislocate his shoulder or something in that USA mini tournament thing. Jacob Steinberg tweet. We've went through that about 15 minutes ago, K-Dot. The one where he says he thinks the player will still go to Chelsea. Well, he is a London-based journalist, mate. So, is Inacio still possible? Yes. He's got a release clause, so you don't even need to negotiate on that one. If you want to buy him, it's 45 million euro. That's his release clause at Sporting. Yeah, we've done, Teddy, we've gone through this stuff from Jacob Steinberg. And look, it's a mixed bag. Yeah, there will be some journalists leaning to the Chelsea side, some journalists leaning to the Liverpool side. What I think we can agree on is we're not going to get an answer tonight, right? I think that's fair. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the stream, say thank you to you all for an unbelievable night, ask you to hit that subscribe button before you head off, and if anything happens, we will update you. If something breaks late, I'll record a video. I'll be up all night. If something happens, we'll be back on. But I don't want to just drag this out for the sake of it for you guys, because it's been a long day. So thank you for your amazing support tonight. Please do hit the subscribe button before you head off. And do not forget, if there's any news, I will be back. I will make sure there's a video gone out. And yeah, thank you. But there's no point in me just dragging this out if there's no news happening. So we'll wait and see what happens. I'll do some more research behind the scenes here, and we'll be back. So again, thank you for your support tonight. It's been unbelievable. But don't forget to hit the sub button before